We're not this popular in Vestavia. We are live on the draft today. I can't believe we already could finish our draft. We'll talk more about that in a second. And where we are, get ready to step back from the drive home for some of you hopefully will eat that cold one on the deck. Get ready to enjoy the NFL draft. 2 hours. 2 hours away from the NFL draft as we get ready to go here on a beautiful location in Vestavia in Baumhower. Baumhower's anniversary. We'll tell you more about that. Legendary fun, legendary food for years. And as we look around, everything's ready to go. We have Taylor Ryan Brown, Jim Dunaway, our man Lunceford is just off to the other side here. And we'll talk talking about the draft today. We're out at Arbor Verde, beautiful location there. Had a little issue out there when the whole complex lost together.
Yeah, that was interesting.
We thought it was up for a second.
No, we thought we felt.
And it wasn't up.
Turns out.
So we'll get things going, and as we get things started, looking at the aerials of out there in Vegas, the big fountains just across the street from Ferris, right there.
The Bellagio.
The Bellagio. The fountain show has started because it's getting close to draft time in Vegas. What a great place for the draft! Remember, at one point we were going to have boats on that little body of water. Are they still planning on that for tonight?
I don't think so. They were going to do the grand entrance. I don't know exactly where the setup is for ESPN, but that's all you need is more people in Las Vegas, right? Especially more dudes.
That's right, more dudes. There was a lot of guys when I was out there for the tournament. Rhett checking in with us says it sounds great as we get going. Thanks, Rhett, for jumping in. We'll get your comments and things going. But first, tell us about our friends here at Baumhower's who are celebrating a very special anniversary.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Our good friend, the mayor of South Beach, Bob Baumhower, delivered Alabama's first ever taste of buffalo wings back in 1981 at the Small Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa right there on the Strip. In fact, he actually had to give them away for the first few years. 40 years, 4 concepts, and 14 restaurants later, Bob is still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama, from the Alabama hot chicken that he's got his own recipe, the tailgate burger, which you can get for $7.99. They've got an inflation sucks menu. Bob is giving back fried Wickles for $6.99. That barbecue Yardbird, $9.99. Come see us. It'll go easy on your wallet. The inflation sucks menu today. Baumhower's Victory Grill celebrating 40 years in business for our friend Bob Baumhower.
I love. I just got on the retweet. I was looking at my phone, and Brown wasn't there, and then Brown was there.
It's like magic,
it was
man.
Like magic. Brown will be with us for about an hour. We're hoping to see Rockstar at some point here tonight. It'll be the first time we've seen him since he became a father, but that is a to be determined later on. Lunceford's handling everything behind. He'll do some of the chat as well, including our man Dave, who checks in as well. Dave saying, "What's up, boys? What's up, Dave?" All of you can jump in and let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods, as they used to say on the Today Show back in the day.
Hey, Willard.
So we're getting close to the draft here, and a lot of stuff going on in sports. But of course, on NFL Draft Day for Round 1 LT, it dominates the sports world, and there's a lot of people out there tonight. If you're a fan of either New York team, if you're really a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, you think tonight can be program franchise changing. Right?
Well, look, if you're the Eagles, do you have the right quarterback right now? And they're saying they've got all the confidence in the world in Jalen Hurts, but the Eagles sit there. They've got number 15 and 18 in the first round. They need a lot, though. They need cornerback. They need receiver. They need an edge rusher. They need offensive line. They need a safety. A lot of people believe that the Eagles will go with one of these elite wide receivers to start this draft and give Jalen Hurts another weapon opposite Devontae Smith.
I saw somebody apparently I had not realized this was a thing, but I saw somebody on Twitter saying, hey, national NFL media that doesn't watch college football, Jamison Williams and Devontae Smith were never teammates, therefore they cannot be reunited. Apparently there's a lot of that going on, is that Jamison Williams is going to be reunited with his teammate from Alabama.
Well, it does make sense.
Smith.
So if you don't watch a lot,
Well,
because, if it just in a glance, I think I guess diehard Alabama fans wouldn't think that, but Jamison Williams, a guy that comes on one and done basically out of the transfer portal, to have that type of year is just amazing. And, you know, the year before was the greatest 1 year we've seen for a wide receiver in college football history.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Can you imagine if you would have paired those guys together?
Oh, my gosh. If Jameson Williams had come over a year early and you would have had Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Jameson Williams for a little bit, would you have liked that?
They'd won the national championship.
They would have. Yeah.
I guess,
they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
By like 40 points.
Yeah,
Probably wouldn't have lost the game.
It was barely close.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I'm watching these aerials, these drones that they're able to. You don't have to have the Goodyear blimp anymore. Now in Vegas with the drones there, I was just there at Paris.
Look how many people are in the pool already.
Yeah, the pool. It was not pool ready for me. It's 3:00 in the afternoon out there, right? 3:03.
Yeah,
3:07.
2 hours behind. Yeah.
Yeah. So still a good day ahead. Here he is, folks. Please welcome for the first time as a father.
I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give up my seat to Rockstar.
Rockstar. Brown has put in 7 minutes, and he is done with the draft.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, come on in, man. We're about to, for the first time, talk to Rockstar as a dad. Those of you who are joined us early here on draft nights, about to get a special treat. Right now, you're getting to see Rockstar's
crotch,
equator.
Hey,
man.
creator.
Hey, you look well rested, man.
I'm really not, guys. I am really not.
So many questions. You start us off. Let's do 10 quick questions.
But,
What was the lock today?
No, well, the lock today was the NBA.
Okay.
You went 76ers, didn't you?
I did not go 76ers.
No, you went Pelicans.
I went Pelicans.
To even the series.
Yeah,
There you
Pelicans
go.
plus 2.5. Cord, who does he think is going to go number 1 overall tonight? Or more importantly, who's going to his Detroit Lions at number 2?
Well, Cord is really upset. He likes to talk around 2 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
He is asleep right now.
He's like you. He's a night owl, right?
Oh my God, it is. It is pure insanity. It's not fun so far. It has been.
It doesn't get fun.
Have you already blamed him? Is he colicky yet?
No.
That's what the angry dad will do. Oh my God, I've got a colicky baby.
I'll tell you what, the old what was it called? Marconi diaper.
No, what is the Marconi diaper?
Not the Marconi. It's something where that's what they go out of utero. Their first fecal is just black tar.
Yeah, it's tar.
Yeah, it's that for the first, and it's.
Have you wiped his little ass yet?
I have,
Yep.
and
Good for you.
it gets all over the place. It
It
gets on
does.
his testes.
Those-
It's been
He's gonna pee on you. He's gonna throw up on you.
I haven't had to throw up yet, but it has been we just got back home yesterday about 4:00. Been in the hospital since Sunday.
Yeah.
Tuesday night that's the first night on our own, and we were like, we're not going to press the nurse button because you have a little call button, which is awesome, where a nurse will come 24/7, see what's wrong. And we said, this is our first night with him, our second night with him. Let's see if we can do it ourselves. And we lasted till about 4 a.m. Nothing worked. He cried. We tried to feed him. Nothing. Pacifier. Nothing. Swaddle him, which is awful.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I was
And
never a big fan of the swaddle.
I can't do it. Every nurse that came in.
That's like wrapping him like a taco, right? Or a burrito.
Every nurse that came in had a different method, and I was like, I'm trying to learn. And then this girl did it like this, another girl did it like that, and I'm like, and I do it, and right when I do it, his arms come out, and he starts scratching his face. So it's been a.
Y'all are an artistic couple. You guys will figure that out.
They end up putting.
Nancy can do it. I can't.
You got to keep those nails. You got to keep those
Oh, yeah.
nails short
He's
because if
already
got
not,
us.
they can go after.
He's
him,
already
man.
got a cut right here under his cheek.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
it has been not sleeping at all.
Does he have red hair yet?
He's got brown hair right
Okay.
now.
But he's got
hair.
hair already.
Yeah.
Came out with hair.
Something about Nancy. I was gonna
Wasn't smoking.
no. Didn't come out with a mustache.
Was a big boy.
So she started pushing. We got induced at 4:30 on Sunday, and then it got to the point where she could push about 9 a.m. Monday, and she's pushing and pushing. And they didn't have a lot of births at the St. Vincent's that night, so every nurse, when she was pushing, we had about 10 nurses in our room because nobody. And this is what we heard is supposed to be the 9.5 pound baby, so we just wanted to see the 9.5 pound baby. When she was pushing, all she would focus on, because she wanted a redhead child. That's all Nancy wanted, was a full-blown ginger. And every time she goes,
Now, is this you kidding or are you being
No.
serious?
positive. I didn't want a
wow.
redhead kid. She wants a redhead kid so bad. And so every time we'd push and the OB would say, oh, it's his head's coming out. And so Nancy would ask, is it red? Can you feel the hair? And he's like, I can see the head. Well, I can't. It's all shellacked. He's like, but is it red hair? We did that 4 or 5 times, and another nurse would come in and help. And she's like, can you see the hair? What color's the hair? And I'm looking at her going, this is
Is that a question that's ever been asked before?
I don't know, but she asked because all the nurses are looking at. I'm like, would you stop focusing on the hair and pull a baby out?
Yeah, let's count toes and fingers.
My God! So no,
Is it redheaded?
as of right now, he's light brown hair, blue eyes.
Oh,
But that can change.
well, I mean, with that,
He's got a little bit more hair than me.
with that hair and that complexion, you may put an SPF on him pretty quick.
And he's a Taurus, right?
Yeah, Nancy's got. I don't know what's April. I don't know.
You don't even know your baby's
Yeah,
sign
he's a-
yet.
He's a Taurus.
I know his birthstone's diamond. Is that good?
That's
It
not
is.
good.
His birthstone's diamond.
Maybe he'll wear a cord like all diamonds one day.
I would like to know. I'd like to know from our chat here. Those of you who have joined us to talk NFL draft, we'll get to that because we're still a couple hours away. Rockstar has joined us here. We're at Baumhower's Vestavia. Come raise the glass with Rockstar and toast him. New father Cord is home safely with Nancy. Rockstar will be back there tonight. LT chime in. For me, either one of them, I don't think the first year is really fun for the dad. It
No.
gets more fun right at age 1 when they have a personality. They can start crawling and playing with things and really recognizing you, hugging you. That kind of stuff is when it
Yeah, I was
starts to get
more
fun.
3. Three was my age.
The only thing is, since he sleeps so much, he opens his eyes and just does this thing where he does the Popeye. He'll just give you one eye, and then he'll look like he just all encompassing everything. But you can only see a foot in front of his face.
But
But,
imagine it's all new to him.
It's all new to us too.
Yeah.
So the problem is with Tuesday night, especially, Nancy doesn't know. Neither does it's our first kid, and he starts crying or like whimpering. And every time he does that, no matter what time of day it is, she'll say, "I think he needs to be fed." If he's dreaming, just going, he's hungry. He needs to be fed.
I know you don't like ketchup. Does he like ketchup yet?
Oh, he likes what's it called?
Quesadillas?
Before it's milk, what's it called?
I don't know.
No, it's called something else. That's what he's.
Is it a word I can't say? You want me to say it?
No, it's the name of before the breast milk turns into milk. It's called something else. Help us out in the chat, fathers out there. That's what she's on.
She's
now.
lactosing, right?
Yeah. Lactating.
Lactating. Lactosing would be.
She don't want to do that.
Here's to all the boys.
Oh, but it has been it's been a trip, and we're only on day 3, 4. How was my question on 4 Downs?
Oh,
today
which
Which one?
about the OnlyFans? If somebody had an OnlyFans account and
we-
you saw it, somebody from the show, who would you tell besides your significant other?
we said instantly we'd make it a segment.
Yeah.
Would you let it come? Like if it was Brown, would you let him? Hey, let's just not let him know that we know.
What?
Or would you just go to him like, dude, you have an OnlyFans account that
No,
you're
we would bust
stripping
it
in
on the
front
air.
of?
We said we'd bust it on the air. We would go, all right, Forrester, you got it pulled up. Pull it.
Yeah.
Hit the screen with
Well,
it.
I only do topless. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was my question when I first saw what you sent us. Like, what would our fans only or OnlyFans, whatever the hell it is, what would it be?
I don't know. Like I don't go on it, but I know a lot of girls do it, and it's from the tasteful nudity to the extremely dirty.
So you heard the Cash Me Outside girl. We did
Yeah.
this story a couple of days ago. $52 million last year.
She made $52 million. And she
OnlyFans?
says, yeah.
She said she kept her clothes on.
doesn't get naked. 52
course.
million. Rockstar people are saying, Dave, right here, if you get comfortable, you may fall asleep because you haven't had a lot of sleep. True or not?
It was Wednesday, I think it was. A nurse came in and explained to us all this. Like she went rapid fire, like, hey, this is all the stuff you need to know before we discharge you about breast milk, about temperatures and everything. And she was going so fast, and I started fading, so I started like tapping my feet, and I started like because Nancy's dad was in there, he was trying to listen, and like I looked at Nancy. Every time I looked at her, she was yawning, and I go, I am so sorry, I can't keep my eyes open. And I took an hour nap on a sweet, comfortable vinyl couch that sticks to your back. But that's one of those things where. And last night, I usually take melatonin or Simply Sleep every night since I've been in high school. I can't,
LT and I usually take bourbon.
yeah, I can't fall asleep on demand. I can't like just close my eyes and fall asleep. Last night, after taking a shower at 8:30, I fell asleep at 9 o'clock. Did not look at the internet. Didn't look at my phone. So that's how fun it's been.
Jeff B says that first tar poop.
Yeah,
they got pressure washers for that.
and
to
it
get that
spreads. It doesn't. It's like jam. It does not come off on a baby wipe.
So will you be in tomorrow?
Yes, that is the plan. Today was the plan, but we had a kind of a. If you want to hear the full story, you want to hear the story?
Oh, sure.
off. Yeah, but we've
How
been
about
talking.
draft?
We've been talking draft forever, man. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we're still almost 2 hours away from the draft.
I'm getting ready to go to work, and I'm about to leave, and she says that the nurse said, like, you got all this information. The nurse said that if he hasn't peed in 6 to 8 hours,
Right.
something's wrong, and don't go over 10 hours if you notice he hadn't peed. And so we checked his diaper, he hadn't peed. And she's like, last time he peed was like 9 o'clock last night. I haven't changed his diaper, so this is freaking me out. And I called the pediatrician. She said, we need to come at 9:20. And I looked at her and I was like, she can't carry the car seat. She can't. I was like, all right, well, let's go to the pediatrician. We go there. He's so concerned. Pull up. The girl says, I need him nude except for his diaper. Take everything off. And we're going to weigh him first. And then we'll look at the diaper. Open the diaper. Feel a piss.
Yeah.
Pissed when we got there.
Yeah. That's going to happen.
Yeah. So she's like, crisis averted. She's like, I'm so sorry. And the nurse is like, well, this is what you're supposed to do.
He's already sarcastic like you had.
Just unbelievable.
But hey,
This is pee right here. He's got a full diaper.
It's better.
I know. I know.
Better to be cautious.
Yeah,
than
so.
sorry, right?
Who's going first tonight?
MJ says 4 to 6 months it gets better. I assume we're still talking babies, not marriage. 4 to 6 months it gets better from MJ. Brett, who's out somewhere in the world, says, "Hey, Rocky, he's checking in with us.
Hey, Brett, how you doing, man? It's been a long time.
Can't wait to see what Brett gets in.
Probably a shot glass.
Here's our answer.
Thought you were going to say glasses.
Colostrum. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, it's like something strum.
Yeah, that's it.
Colostrum. Yeah,
that sounds
sure.
right.
Colostrum milk.
Pete says that. We got three in a row saying that,
Yeah.
so that must be what it is right there. 4 in a row. Coliseum, says Nick.
Yeah,
it's the LA Coliseum. So we've got the draft coming up. What have you missed most about us when you've been gone? We've missed the heck out of you.
No, that's another thing I've told my wife is that this is amazing. It's overwhelming because I have no idea what to do. But I am such a routine guy. Going to work, I go to work at the same time every day. I go to bed at the same time every day. I go run on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, always. That's all the time.
No Wednesday, no Sunday.
No, Wednesday. I don't want to run every day. And I used to row, but that's my schedule. That's my routine. Once you break out of that routine, now I'm clear out of that routine, and because there's more responsibilities in life, and so it is just thrown my balance off when I got a kid and everything. You got overwhelmed with a kid, but you also got this schedule that you're used to keeping that keeps you sane, and then collided, and now it's big bang. So that's just been hard to adjust.
How's your way to wellness going?
I think I am the only one that it was at the exact wrong time to start this program for me.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah. Everybody else did a great job.
Well, you know what? This is a reset for you.
Yeah, I failed because I lived with my parents for a month and a half, and my mom made homemade meals every night. And I can't deny my mom mac and cheese and pizza and KFC. So it was my fault. Way to Wellness is a great program, but it is my fault for feeding into temptation.
Gained weight is what you're saying.
Yes.
I lost 45 pounds the first time I did it. I've been keeping.
Lunceford's lost a ton.
I've been keeping
Scott's
it off.
lost a ton.
Lunceford. I mean, Scott's lost 28 pounds. What did you end up losing? 45, 50? 52 for Lunceford.
Just rub it in.
I'm at a point now where I'll order a beer if you give me one too.
I said 30 minutes. It's almost 30 minutes.
Okay. By the time they get it over here, it'll be good. So next time you see Lexi,
a couple of Bud Lights.
Well, tell them where we are. We got Rockstar here, but we're not at Rockstar's house. Well, we're here at beautiful Baumhower's on Highway 31 in Vestavia, where the draft will be happening. Brown is only here for the first hour. He's sitting over here with the Luncfords. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, you're still a smart ass.
Yeah.
Good to know that. The Luncfords are over here. And then we've got the Taylors back here, Reed and his beautiful wife, Emily, and the kids. They live just down the street. So they bopped over here as well. And the people are starting to fill in for the draft. And we're celebrating 40 years.
Dunaway loves to draw that treasure map, doesn't he?
And over there on Channel 4.
Bob Baumhower, our good friend, delivered Alabama's first ever Buffalo Wings way back in the day, 1981 at Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa. 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob is still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Come by, check out his Inflation Sucks menu. Also, the Alabama Hot Chicken. It's his own personal recipe. It's that chicken breast, southern fried chicken breast, smothered in a tangy blend of boosting herbs, spices, honey, and apple cider vinegar. It's got a spicy finish. It's served with a homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits, which you love, right, Rocky?
I do love me some grits, cheese grits.
So stop by and see us. Baumhower's right here off of Highway 31 in Vestavia. We will be here until the draft starts in an hour, 39 minutes, and 36 seconds.
That's right. We will not, though, for those that are watching us from the NFL, be giving you live coverage of the NFL draft because we know that's against the rules. But right up until the first pick, we'll be here at Baumhower's. JD asks this question or just gives us this statement. He created a YouTube channel just to say, congratulations, Rockstar.
All right, well, let me see it.
Hey, JD. He's checking in with us right here on that.
Oh, well, okay. There I go.
Yep.
Thank you, JD. I appreciate it, man.
MJ, what advice would you give him if he's ever propositioned by a woman claiming 37 levels and a bottle of a turkey?
I don't know what the hell's
Yeah,
happening.
that's a riddle.
Yeah.
I need some help with this.
37 bottles and a turkey.
What advice will you give Cord if he's ever propositioned by a woman?
What advice would I give him?
Yeah.
I am the wrong person to ask, son, because I was never propositioned ever. Go get him, man.
So you guys can ask us.
Go get them.
Ask us
Keep on trucking.
Ask us question about fatherhood. Rockstar is a professional now at being a father, and about the NFL draft. Your Lions go early. His Rams don't have a pick, and my Buccaneers in a very classy. I think we're 27th or something. I know you've had little time to think about this, but what exactly do you want today for your Lions? You got 2 picks, right? First round, 2 picks.
Detroit is on the clock at number 2,
and then 32. They got yours.
Yeah, then they got ours. Yep, they sure do.
They need a quarterback, not for number 2. So who would they have? Who would be available at 32? A good quarterback.
They got a quarterback that gives you a lot of number 2.
I'll tell you this: Vegas has got the over/under for quarterbacks in round 1. How many do you think?
I heard somebody on my drive out to Barbers today that projected there'd be 4 in the first round. I think if you take more than 2, I think if you take any, you're making a mistake. But if you go past Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett, wow.
It's 3.5. So I think there's a good chance your Detroit Lions, they reach for a quarterback at 32. I think obviously number 2, more than likely Trayvon Walker is going 1. Aiden Hutchinson, a Michigan guy, is going to be there at number 2. You guys, he's viewed as the best player in the draft by most. So I think you'll take him at number 2, and then I think you reach for a quarterback at 32.
Well, has there been any movement on I don't know anything. Has there been any movement on the Baker Mayfield front?
Nope. It could happen tonight. That's
what, Tennessee?
That's one of the bets you can make in Vegas tonight where the draft is do you think Baker Mayfield has a new home by the end of the NFL draft?
I would love Baker Mayfield. Love him over Jared Goff. I think he would be awesome.
I
doubt he wants to go to Detroit.
Yeah, I think based on the contract that you guys are tied up with Jared Goff, there's no way that Cleveland's going to take that on. And I just don't think that's a destination at all.
I mean, if not, they've got to hang on to some of that $18 million for Baker, or they got to hold it all if they don't find a destination for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you could find some kind of 3-way trade partner, but I mean, who wants Jared Goff?
Nobody.
Yeah, not a lot of people want Baker Mayfield.
Not a lot, but
he's got a bigger market than Jared Goff.
Yeah, give him the choice.
Could be some tonight.
But I mean, so first quarterbacks off the board are going to be Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett in either order.
I think it's Malik first.
Yeah, and then you start to look at Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, Carson Strong, Matt Corral.
Listen, in this draft, I
know you're going to be a Matt Corral guy, though.
I don't like any of them. But if you said you have to take a quarterback in the first round, I would be more comfortable at 32 if I was the Lions taking Matt Corral than I would any quarterback in this draft.
I'll take Corral.
Yeah, I think what you want is Pickett or Willis to fall to 32. I think those are better options. No, I don't.
What I want is Tom Brady next year if I'm another franchise, because his new deal, he can't be tagged and he can't be his time's over with. So he is done in Tampa after this year. If he wants to play again, he's going to be a free agent.
Oh my God.
Okay, so just according to ESPN, they've got this quarterback rankings. So they've got Malik Willis, their number 1 quarterback, but 21st overall, going back to the 3.5 quarterbacks in the first round. They've got Kenny Pickett is their second quarterback. He's overall the 22nd player in this draft. This is where we'll probably see a jump. Ridder is their third quarterback, 43rd overall.
Yeah.
So they think only 2 quarterbacks should go in the first round. I agree with that.
I forget who it was. It may have been Mike Tannenbaum who said 4 quarterbacks. Somebody on ESPN when I was making the drive out. You guys can jump in on the chats here on all of our video platforms, and we can jump over on Twitter as well. Cheney says, loving the extra shows today. Thank you, Cheney. Thanks for being with us on all these shows today. Sorry we had to dump early out at Barbers, but we will make that up when we get out to Greystone in a little bit. Cheney adds, congratulations, Daddy Rockstar. Everybody's loving on that.
Thank you, guys.
Lunceford over there trying to clean up the 37 women and a bottle of turkey. Thank you for that. Riley says, congratulations, Rockstar. I'm a first-time dad as of 6 months ago. Crazy life change.
So at least you're 6 months in.
Riley,
take yourself back to 2 days in.
Riley, after 6 months, can you give any Rockstar advice, fresh eyes on that? Let us know. Would love to see that. And Nick says, wish he could come see us tonight, but sick kid doesn't end well there. So
Oh no.
Nope, stay away. We don't want sick kids coming
that's
around.
Another thing. I can't wait for the first fever, because just the way we reacted today. So that first fever, everything, the first head bump, the first, big scratch.
It's all coming, man.
Oh, I know. I said we got to prepare for that, because I can't have you freaking out like you did about the thing we did this morning. And even though it was justified because we were warned about it, but to have him be a smartass and just go when we walk in the door.
You and I were texting the other night. You just can't think big picture, or you'll. I catch myself doing that sometimes, and I worry about everything.
Well, no, big picture is like, is he going to go be accepted at Duke? I'm thinking about when's the first fever, because this is a definite. His first fever is coming.
Oh.
Not like, is he going to meet the right girl?
Yeah, that first fever is coming.
Yeah,
You're
so it's
exactly
just
right.
how are we going to react to it, and like, are we going to the ER, the kids' ER? So yeah, it's been my week. Have y'all talked about the draft at all?
No, not really.
Honest to goodness, I think we've talked more about you.
Hey,
than we have the draft.
Since I finally got shot down by them, have you seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
I have.
Is it good?
It is very good. It's really interesting the way they did it. I asked somebody the other day, have you seen Adaptation?
Yeah, with Jack Nicholson.
No.
No.
With Nicolas Cage, Meryl Streep, Chris Cooper.
I thought that Jack Nicholson was an adaptation.
It's a movie inside of a movie.
Okay.
It's really, really well done. And Pedro Pascal,
yeah,
the guy that was
Mandalorian.
Just they've got a really good chemistry. But Nick Cage is fantastic. It's well worth the watch.
Except for a guy that never did interviews, is now going on all the talk shows.
I've heard he's great on them too,
because he's so eclectic. He wants to have like a cave. He wants to have all this stuff, and then but he's never done shows. And they did Ask Me Anything on Reddit. He's done the Kimmel Show. He's done Fallon. It's amazing that this one movie that's supposed to be kind of like a parody of his career is making him come out and do interviews.
I will tell you, though, it shows you that Nick Cage doing these blockbusters, people are like, oh, my God, he's a shitty actor. Good scripts. He's a good actor.
Correct.
Leaving Las Vegas, watching him again
Con
in
Air.
this movie.
Good scripts.
Yeah, Con Air. But it's funny how they reference some of the movies like Guarding Tess, and it's just – and Paddington 2. I didn't know he was in Paddington 2. They do a fantastic job. If you're a Nick Cage fan, you will absolutely love the movie. If you just like just good dialogue, you'll love it.
I think the last theatrical Nick Cage movie I saw was 8mm, which was very disturbing.
Oh, my gosh. With Gandolfini.
Yeah, and then I saw Snake Eyes.
I saw Snake Eyes.
So I'm trying to think, because he doesn't do a lot of theatrical stuff. All his stuff is straight to DVD, like action movies.
We are at Baumhower's, Highway 31 in Vestavia. It's NFL Draft Night. We're leading you right up to the first pick, and we will be talking some NFL and college football transition into the NFL as we move over the next 90 minutes. Tell us about the 40th anniversary. We're fighting inflation here at Baumhower.
We are, Dunaway, and I'll tell you right now about the inflation menu. Our friend Bob is trying to go light on your wallet. Inflation sucks. That is the featured menu with new affordable favorites. We all know that inflation sucks, but Baumhower's here to save you a few bucks. They're delicious fried Wickles, $6.99. Tailgate burger for just $7.99. That barbecue Yardbird, just $9.99. Come see us, Baumhower's Victory Grill, celebrating 40 years. Bob Baumhower right here bringing wings, the first buffalo wings ever to the state of Alabama.
Chris Rockstar says, as a dad, it gets better when they sleep longer at night.
This guy's consistently 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Consistently.
Are we going to call him Cord, or are we calling him by the middle name?
Cord.
Cord.
Cord Patrick. My middle name's Patrick. We couldn't really agree on a middle name, so I said, and then she wanted to honor the two granddads, and I said, I think we should do both, or it's either both or none. And my dad was like, please do not name a kid Steven, please. He's like, I appreciate it, but I don't like the name. So I was like, all right, that settles it. Then Nancy actually came up with the name Cord, and I had to convince her to like it after she came up with it. And I just said,
so where did Cord come from?
It's a Bible verse of a quarter street of 3 strands. There's 3 in our family. 2 or more notes equals a chord, a guitar chord or a music chord.
Lexi, I'll take a Bud Light. What would you like?
I'll take a Bud Light. Let's go with I'll take a 23 just to save you the trouble.
Yeah.
16 for me, but I will be no trouble. He drinks a lot faster than I do.
Rocky, you want anything?
I got my water. Thank you, man. But
Great
yet,
service. That's Lexi here at Baumhower.
Yeah, it sure is.
Vestavia. How we
good old Lexi.
Good
So
old
there's
Lexi.
three or more notes makes a chord. There's 3 of us and all that stuff, and a strain of 3 chords, and it's just the musical part. But I didn't want to name a chord with an H. I thought it sounded pretentious, and it also was kids would call him chord.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
They would.
And so
You don't want to be called George.
You don't want to be a son of a musician named chord with an H, because everybody's like, how pretentious is that? Because that's obviously music related. So we kind of played with it, the meaning, or we have our own meanings of it. And I thought that was
Chord's a little uppity. He'll be a country club kid, right?
her dad thinks it sounds like a Western actor. He's going to be in a Western, kind of like a John Wayne character.
Well, last time you were on a horse, you told us the last time you saw a Nick Cage movie.
The last time I was on a horse, never on a horse. My parents put me on a donkey. I was too small for a horse.
Cord.
Cord
We better get out of town. Here comes Cord and
Yeah.
his gang.
from Yellowstone.
Yeah, Cord. I like it. Riley says his daughter sleeps all night nowadays.
Is she 18?
She may wake up once in the early morning to eat, but other than that, he gets plenty of sleep.
What a bragger.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it too. I'm jealous.
MJ says sleep is overrated, Rockstar.
No,
You'll
it's
be a
not.
great dad.
No, that's one of my biggest things. My biggest hobbies is sleep. I love it.
You're really good at it, too.
I know that's one of the things. It's a sign of depression, but it's one of those things where if you look forward to going to bed, like in about an hour, it's almost time. I want to get ready, get a shower, and get in bed. To know that that's like highlight of your day. Just know, like, I get to get in bed, watch whatever, and then fall asleep. It's not good.
How often do you have to have the sheets washed?
We wash. I would say we wash them
Pre-baby?
twice a week.
Yeah, I'm twice a week.
Pre-baby, no, like
I think we do it once
I
a
don't
week.
like not changing sheets. I've never been like that. Where like I'm not one of those ones where it keeps them on for 2 weeks. That
Dunaway,
pillow-
you got to get on it. You're the one that does the laundry.
I do my laundry, not the
Well,
bedding.
who does the do y'all paper rock scissors?
She does the bedding. She does the bedding. Watch out behind you there. The cold Bud Light's
Oh,
being
yeah.
served here right now at our beautiful location on Highway 31. Thank you to Bob.
Lexi, thank you.
Thank you,
Here,
Lexi.
Yeah,
Lexi,
great
thank you.
service
Thank
here.
you.
Cheers, Dunaway.
Thank you to our friends at Bud Light. I do my own laundry. She handles the neutral laundry there, which includes that. Several people. I mean, we're now exactly 1 hour and 27 minutes from the NFL draft, and several different people are asking the same question. It has nothing to do with Trayvon or any of those guys. It has to do with, did Rockstar cut the umbilical cord?
I did not. I don't see the symbolism in it.
Were you offered it?
Yes, it was very awkward because the doctor was down grabbing. Then I'm looking. There's no curtain. You know, it's not like the movies.
Yes.
It's curtain for the C-section. We
There,
didn't have a
there has
C-section.
to be one.
Yeah.
Man, I made the mistake of looking over that curtain.
Oh, but so I thought there was going to be a curtain if it was a natural birth or not. And so I'm at the head. There's like 4 nurses, and so I'm holding her back and everything. And
You make it sound like there were so many nurses that were eating popcorn.
there was a lot
because
of
they wanted to see the 9-pound baby.
Because he was such a big baby, they thought there was going to be a shoulder breach, which was going to be a problem. And so they have to be ready for that. So they had 4 on guard, like around the
Yeah,
bed.
like somebody's got to catch him.
Yeah, just like it because they might have to break his shoulder or break his arm to get him out. So Nancy was super worried about that, but that didn't happen. So we're there, and
Damn, so they really, with the breech baby, they break the arm?
well, they have to if they can't. Once the head's out, it's fine. But if it's breech, if it's too big of a baby that can't make it out of such a small area, they have to do something to force him out. It usually breaks something.
Nice humble brag.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys.
Oh,
Freebirds.
Dunaway.
Anyway, she's delivers the baby. We do one final push, and what they do is they just pulled it out and just throw it on her lap, like so the visual. And then the doctor just has the pair of scissors or whatever, and I go, "I'm good," like that. And so she did because she didn't ask me before.
You didn't gag, did you?
No, no. It was just like I don't think in 15 years I'm gonna be like, you know what? I totally regret one thing I didn't do. Cut the umbilical cord.
That's what Cord's going to be sitting on a fire drinking whiskey with his cowboy
No,
friends
he's-
and say, my dad, that bastard
Yeah,
didn't cut
we
my
still have
cord."
him attached.
Such a
He's
big
just-
pea, couldn't even
it's-
cut the cord.
It's a harness. We just keep him.
You know what's? This may be something you
Did
should
you
have
guys
thought
do
about.
it?
I did it for Harper. I didn't for Carter, and she
Well,
and I are a
good.
lot closer.
I don't
Me and Carter are not close at all.
I don't think you have the option with the cesarean.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
So,
But I didn't to answer it.
But would you have
I had a boy and a girl.
the umbilical cords both?
I didn't have time with Carter. He came out so fast.
No.
Not a humble brag.
No, it's definitely
Ran
not.
out the chute. Jesus.
It was
Were
like
you in time to make it to another bar, to Baumhower's that night?
Yeah, the doctor was like, damn, we know go to lunch now.
he came out so fast. They had those little things like the Hurricanes were coming on the field.
Brown, you missed maybe the most awkward comment ever.
You think that was the most awkward?
That was pretty bad. I
Oh,
hope
did you hear
Pastor
the-
Maggie's not watching.
Did you hear the Kelly Hunter question?
No.
Oh, we did a whole segment called
But no,
Awkward Jim.
just know,
I
yeah,
just had a list of questions.
yeah. But the way he transitioned to him, they'd be talking about something, and this is exactly like it's like so that's the
Talking
pitch.
about the Braves.
Braves pitching was so good that year. By the way, Kelly, when was your first kiss on the lips?
On the lips?
Yeah. And then he's like, bubble baths. What's your when's the last time you had a bubble bath?
These were questions that were
But it's
designed
just
to be
the
awkward.
The way he transitioned from that, like, and that was the Baumhower's hour. Last time you had a bubble bath, Kelly. And she was a straight shooter. I don't do baths.
Yeah. Would you have pictured Kelly Hunter as a no bath person? She doesn't like baths. She's a shower person.
Yeah, Kelly seems like a shower person.
Oh, good time.
But she did tell us that her nickname, she likes Chardonnay so much that her nickname is occasionally in her group is Kelly Chardonnay.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Of which Rockstar said
It'll be your dancing name.
it'd be your dancing name,
Yeah.
Kelly Chardonnay on
Yeah,
the center
that's
stage.
pretty good.
Let's pop the old cork.
He's back.
And he's back. All right, we gotta talk a little.
Yeah,
NFL.
throw something draft at me.
We got to talk a little NFL draft here. Enough of Rockstar's baby for a few seconds here. But people are wanting to know other plays for you, Lance. You don't want to give away your whole portfolio there, but Samuel, who's tuning into you here, would like to know, who do you like in the Mavs Jazz game tonight? Do you need to go to lanceslock.com for that? Or
Yeah, I've got all 3 plays up tonight.
Okay, so Lanceslock.com.
But I'm giving you the Pelicans for free, extending that series to 7 games.
Okay, so there you go.
But I can do any of these props. You know, we do have some props for the NFL draft, and most of the local guys are taking these. I almost gave some out, but
you want to do that in time right now, so they got time to go make a play with the local guys. You
First
think
Alabama player taken.
first Alabama player taken will be Evan Neal.
yeah, Evan Neal definitely. And his over/under position is at 6 right now. And when you start to look at this, there's a good chance he goes to the Jets at 4.
Poor guy.
If not, I think Carolina maybe at 6.
I'm going to play opposite of that. I think he drops. I think not because of the rumor injury and stuff. I just think, there are some people who are looking for a tackle that can play also right tackle. Evan Neal can do that. But I, for some reason, think he ends up, down a little bit below 6. I would actually take past 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think 6 might be the number. This might be perfectly set. The thing I would look at, if we're talking Alabama, Jamison Williams, 11.5 is the number right now. There are a lot of teams that need receivers from 1 to 11, including at number 11, Washington. I would play that under. The hype has really started to come in for Jamison. And even if you're a general manager and you believe he's not going to be ready until late October or November, this guy is getting so hyped, and how good he was last year, his first year as a starting wide receiver, I don't think you can really pass on this guy. I said that Drake London was going to be the first receiver taken. I don't know. I think it could be Jamison Williams, but I think he goes under the 11.5. I think he's a top 10 guy.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I would, when you say under, between 1 and 11.
Yeah,
right?
between 1 and 11.
I agree with you. I think the buzz on Jamison Williams is so high right now, and people are going to get to the point where they're comfortable if we don't have him the first 7 or 8 games of the season. His workouts have been outstanding. In fact, they've told him, some teams have told him, you may be doing too much. Don't do too much. So his coming off the injury, he's looked really good. He's been doing a lot of workout.
Let me throw this out there. So we went to Alabama, and there's a few more Alabama guys we can obviously get to. But the Auburn Tigers, the first guy off the board for Auburn is going to be Roger McCreary.
Yep.
You said there are some people that projected him first round. I've seen that, but his position in Vegas is 47.5.
I was about to say, from what I've been seeing, that has sort of been dropping. I don't think he's a first-round guy, but I would take under that. I think he is going to be early second round.
Well, I'll tell you right now, when you're looking at cornerbacks, obviously Stingley and Sauce Gardner are going to be the first. I think Sauce Gardner might be the best player in this draft. McCreary is their 7th. Again, I'm just going by ESPN. Their 7th cornerback and 48th overall. So right at where Vegas has got him at 47.5.
Yeah. But if I said position, the positions that there'll be runs on tonight, obviously there's so many wide receivers There'll be a lot of wide receivers drafted. What's another position? Tackles?
Yeah.
Corners, safeties? What position?
So your two biggest numbers are receivers at 6.5 and just total offensive linemen at 7.
So offensive linemen.
Yeah, and those are in just first round.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of that. I mean, basically a third of the first round is probably going to be offensive linemen and wide receivers.
That's the way it was for most NFL drafts when I was a kid growing up, a teenager. And I'd watch the early drafts. I'd be like, it's so freaking boring. I don't care about an offensive lineman getting drafted. That wasn't the skill position, the star position that I cared about. I wanted to see the quarterbacks, the receivers, the running backs get drafted.
Are they going to do the thing tonight where they do the heartbreaking? He lost his mother at age 17 and had to overcome
yes.
food stamps. And
that's how you get non-football people to
Hurricane
watch.
Katrina destroyed his family.
Do you guys remember the first draft you watched?
No.
I remember getting checked out of school and watching George Rogers get selected, I think, number 1 overall.
Oh, really?
What time was the draft? Did you get checked out?
It was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday morning. I'm not kidding you.
I thought they started on Saturdays.
No.
Nope.
It was during the week.
It was during the week, during the day.
During the day.
I don't remember that at all.
Yep. It was on ESPN.
I remember I used to get checked out. They used to play Major League Baseball during the day in the playoffs. And I would get checked out if there was a big game, like my grandfather loved the Yankees. And if the Yankees were playing an afternoon game, I remember getting checked out. This is how old I am, getting checked out for the Bucky Dent home run game.
Oh, wow.
That one extra game. I think it was
1975.
I think it was a Monday. And I remember getting that checked out, and we watched it at Nick's. It was a bar very close where the Galleria is. Service merchandise ended up getting built there later, but it used to be that Shelby County was dry, and that was a bar near his mine. So he got out of work early and drove home to get me, Junior, and drove me back up to Nick's. And we sat at Nick's. He had cold beer and Bud Heavies, and I sat there and kept saying Budweiser. I'll take a Budweiser. And they'd always hand me a Coke. Budweiser.
So after Bucky Dent hit that and you guys went home, did you ride on the dashboard?
Yeah, well,
right in the bed of the
but
truck.
I did ride right in the middle with no seatbelt.
No, you drove him, right?
I may have drove him.
Hanging on that hood on top of the bed of the truck.
What if I'd been able to think of Uber back in 1975? That'd been fantastic. Of course, nobody would have had a way to need the cell phone to order it.
You had to order it from a payphone.
Yeah, times were different back then. I mean, that was back when 65 didn't connect all the way to Montgomery. You had to get off in Birmingham to go right down 31, right through here.
Yeah, I remember the old service merchandise. Let me throw another thing at you real quick. Total SEC players in the first round. What do you think the over-under is?
I think it's over half. So you got 32. I think.
Damn, that's a big number, Dunaway. It's not half.
I was going to go 9.
I think 16 is the number. I think it ended up being 16, half of the first round.
It's 10.5. So you'd play that over, definitely.
I'd play that over heavy.
Yeah, Rocky was a lot closer. It is 10.5.
I don't know anything.
And the next closest as far as a conference is obviously Big Ten, 6.5.
I may play that under.
Hey, how about this? Total trades in round 1, 3.5 is your over-under. So we might see a lot of action.
You know,
a lot of this has to do with the receivers, quarterbacks, and teams having multiple picks.
It's so many people have multiple picks, right? Detroit's got a couple. Philadelphia's got a boatload. Jets, Giants each have one. I think it's 7 teams that do not have a pick in the first round. So those people may be itching to get back up there and may be willing to trade. I mean, if you want a certain position like a quarterback next year or a different position next year, better year to trade. If you roll it right, maybe catch if the Texans come hunting, wanting to jump back into the first round after one of their picks, chances are they're going to be the worst team. You could get Will Anderson.
Well, the Texans have got 3 and 13. They've also got 29.
Do they? So they got 3?
3 in the first round.
They need everything.
Yeah,
that's a horrible
They
franchise.
do. When I was looking at cornerback is their number 1 priority, is what they say. And it looks like Davis Mills is going to be the guy this year. So if you're a Texans fan, can't be too excited about that.
We are at Baumhower's right here as we hit the 45 mark. Every 15 minutes, I'll try to give you a little Baumhower's of what we're doing. Brownie, just a few seconds ago, had the black and white chicken. You love that chicken.
I do.
That living the barbecue sauce, the white barbecue
sauce.
Oh,
the white barbecue sauce. I like getting it with the broccoli, dipping the broccoli in the white barbecue sauce with the white rice or the wild rice. Fantastic. Bob Baumhower, the first here in Alabama to deliver the taste of Buffalo Wild Wings back in 1981. 40 years, 4 concepts, 4 restaurants later. Bob still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Make sure you come see us here at Baumhower's Vestavia location. We're going to be here until the draft kicks off with the first pick, and Jacksonville is on the clock right now.
Jacksonville's on the clock right now, but still an hour and 15 minutes away from having the pressure of making that pick.
You remember when they used to have the pick done the night before? That happened for quite a few drafts. So you wonder if Jacksonville's still trying to figure this thing out. If Trent Baalke's like, I just don't know if it's Walker. I don't know if it's Hutchinson. I don't know if it's Evan Neal.
Yeah, wouldn't they have like the contract negotiated and everything? The night
They used
before?
to, yeah.
Before you even got to that point. Chris is asking, does UAB have anybody on the board early on? I was looking at the top 100 prospects, and I know South Alabama had somebody that was a top 100 prospect earlier today, but I have not seen anybody from UAB that jumps off the board to me, LT. I don't know if you have or not.
Yeah, I haven't. When it comes to South Alabama, it's the wide receiver. And it's Tolbert, and I think he is listed right now as your 12th. Jalen Tolbert is your 12th best wide receiver available. And again, according to this, he is if we're just looking at draft position, 74th, so early third round possibly for Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, good place to be. A lot of early third rounders have a great NFL career. Chris writes in, Georgia fan. Lance was always leaving school for something. He went to school with you back in the day. He says you were always leaving school for something. Is that true?
Yeah.
To get those street smarts, man.
I was leaving school for better things.
Samuel says NFL does it right. NBA draft is hard to follow. The NFL is the best model.
Well, and I think most of us agree the NFL is the best model for everything. The draft is, if I went like top 10 sporting events, the draft's probably right there in it.
Really?
Back in, yeah. Like, I would rather watch the draft than the Masters.
Did you watch the draft over Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Brown. Repeat what you said. Listen to what
I said. I would rather watch the draft than the Masters. Yeah.
You want my headset?
That doesn't surprise you, does it? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think most people probably would rather watch the Masters. I'd just rather watch the draft.
Quick poll question. Would you rather watch the draft or the Masters?
I would take I don't want to watch either, but I'd take the draft over the Masters.
Get better sleep.
I'd say, you know what? Can we put that poll question? I bet it's close to 50-50.
Yeah, I'll send it out when we're done here tonight. We'll have a good poll by the time we are on the air tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. If you're new to the show here, we are a show in Birmingham, and we're all over, of course, on our video streams. You're watching us now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. It's where we are every day, 9 a.m. Central to 1 p.m. That is Lance Taylor, Rockstar, Sean Henniger, new dad, Jim Dunaway. Ryan Brown is off camera. So is Jon Lunceford. Our buddy Forrester said, I don't get overtime, so I'm not going. He did. We're
getting overtime?
He had plans.
I guarantee he's watching a softball game right now.
Yeah.
Or he's doing a little BP.
At a batting practice or something. Absolutely. So it's, to me, this is always exciting. Here's what I like about the draft, because we're far enough away from the college football season, and I look on the TVs, and what do I get to see? I get to see some highlights of college players, and it takes me back to their college career. I'm not as sad as I used to be of losing these players in the college game to the NFL, because I do watch a lot of the NFL, but it is sad sometimes when you think, God, I wish we had another year of that guy playing in college. And that's where, if I'm the Anderson family or the Young family, I'm probably not happy about the rule, or the Stroud family. But because, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Anderson
1, 2, 3 maybe
would be 1, 2, 3 tonight, and they'd already be making millions of dollars. But I'm excited to get those guys back in college football next year. But you're right, LT. There is a chance we're going to watch the first 3 picks come off the board here, and they're not the 3 best players coming that are wearing college football last year. Those 3 guys are forced to come back another year.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the way the business is right now. My attention got distracted because, as much as I hate some of the things about society, the cancel culture we've got, Hugh Freeze is actually on set right now in Las Vegas talking about Malik Willis.
So he's back,
and it's just it's really nice to see that guy is so passionate about college football, and he's actually on the main set talking about his former quarterback.
Yeah, what a great recruiting tool, though. I saw Mike Norvell's out making the rounds as well. And I was joking with Brown as we were doing the setup here. I was like, I mean, why is Mike Norvell at the NFL draft? And he's like, well, that's where else would you want to be recruiting than being on ESPN doing interviews about the draft? But,
About my guys about to make millions and millions of
yeah,
dollars.
so that's why Mike Norvell's out there, and Hugh Freeze at Liberty is about to have
Rocky, you see who that is?
the first quarterback pick.
You know who that is, don't you?
That's
Chris Angel?
Yep.
I thought it was Nuno Betancourt from Extreme. I was like, are you kidding me?
So Chris
I don't know
Angel
which
is
is
about
worse.
to make magic. He's about to do something.
No, I wonder,
Or
are
make
they
his
going to
career reappear?
Are they so after Goodell does the first round, will they do different like celebrities or affiliations with the teams?
Those are always fun.
I don't know, but I do know, we don't have a stake bet on this, but we talked about who, when the Super Bowl's in Vegas, who'll be the halftime show. They haven't announced that yet. Are we in Vegas this year? Is it Vegas this upcoming next draft? I mean,
It
next
is,
Super Bowl?
yeah.
They haven't announced the halftime show yet, but the draft theme has been the Killers. The Vegas band has been.
But I think Imagine Dragons from Vegas would be much bigger.
Oh, who's killing it in Vegas right now? Not really. Is Adele? She'd be great. Do you think they'd book her? Think she'd show up?
She canceled their. But Katy Perry's out there doing a residency. She's already done a Super Bowl.
So there's Madonna.
So you think Imagine Dragons
I think
more than the Killers?
Oh yeah, I think
known for their stadium rock.
Yeah, much bigger draw. Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, but Mr. Brightside. I mean, the way that they play that at college stadiums and all over the place. So they would play that. I don't know who would do it. I mean, I wouldn't have picked. Who the hell did it last year? I would have never thought Shakira and Jennifer Lopez would be a Super Bowl show.
Well, we know why they did it.
Yeah. So, but that's
But
so.
That
who
was
last year?
in Miami.
Well,
Last
TNA.
year in L.A. was.
Oh yeah, the Dr. Dre was this year.
Dr. Dre and Snoop and those guys.
And
Yeah.
50 Cent, the full dollar, made his appearance.
The whole dollar.
Eminem was there.
The whole
Mary
dollar.
J. Blige. It was a good halftime show.
That was good. I
It
was
was
thinking
a
about the
good halftime
Shakira
show.
one. That was rough.
So the NFL draft happening tonight. You rank it top 10 sporting events. For me, Super Bowl, college football national championship. So I just got to go NFL college football. That's the way I'm doing it.
Get the World Cup.
Or no, or am I doing it?
So
by events?
let's go Super Bowl. Well, I mean, you start throwing SEC championship in there, it gets a little difficult.
Okay, but just football. If I just go Super Bowl,
NFL playoffs. Let's put that.
Okay,
all
NFL
encompassing.
playoffs, college football playoffs, Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl. Okay.
Okay, so there's 4 footballs.
But it depends on who. Wisconsin, TCU, or NFL draft first round. I'd rather watch NFL draft first round.
I would watch the Rose Bowl.
Well, not this draft because the Rams don't select in the first round. But I can't tell you how excited I am when the Rams have a selection in the first round. When they took Tavon Austin just back in 2013, I was so excited.
I mean, I'm not a golf fan like Brown, but maybe the U.S. Open more than the Masters for me.
Masters number 1 for me.
I think I go U.S. Open then the Masters. I'm not sure. I fight to watch the PGA Championship, and I'm never really up early enough to really absorb the British Open like I should.
Okay, Rocky, a Breaking the Band or NFL draft?
Breaking the Band. I mean, I'd watch Breaking the Band on Creed.
There's been some really good ones this
I'd
year.
watch a band that I don't care about. Then
ZZ Top.
I'd watch that. It'd be interesting. Like
I recorded it. I haven't watched it yet.
When they decided to grow the beards, like let's just go with it. Wear sunglasses and grow the beards. And I'm gonna wear my guitar so low. I don't know how he plays.
That's what this one day Brown just decided to grow it.
He did.
He did.
He stuck with it, man. It just happens.
First,
so did I.
Where were we? First day March Madness, or just the NCAA tournament?
I was going to say how far
NCAA tournament.
How far? Like first round of the NBA tournament, NBA playoffs.
Back in the day, I would have taken the NBA playoffs over the draft. Now I would take the draft over the NBA playoffs.
Wow. World Cup.
I mean, World Cup. Come on.
World, and you know,
You
I'm not a big
like
soccer
it.
guy.
You
I
like
do.
it more,
I
yeah.
love the World Cup.
You do.
But I mean, there's so many games. So I mean, how do you qualify
Let's
that?
just say
Would
you're
you
not
say
watching the
World
U.S.
Cup?
Not a
Okay.
USA game. Let's just say it's
World
like
Cup.
Mexico and France. You're going to watch that over
yeah,
the draft.
probably.
What is it? What is it that draws you in about that? Because you're not a huge soccer guy. Why do you watch the World Cup? Because you know most of the world's watching it?
Well, because I always have some kind of money pool on
Shocker.
it, which makes it really exciting. The magnitude of it. I mean, it is a huge deal. I mean, just to think about the eyeballs. And that's one of the things that's, you know, obviously I love the NFL, but one of the things that's so awesome about the Super Bowl is how worldwide it is.
It is. It is. We just saw the fight last night, Mets and Cardinals, but the World Series. You enjoyed the baseball playoffs.
I would rather watch baseball playoffs
than the NFL draft. So I think we're approaching 10.
We are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it's a big event for me. I think for diehard NFL fans, it's probably a top 5 event. For people to travel and actually go to the draft.
I don't understand that, but I've never been to one. If I went to one, maybe I would like it more, and I like the way they're doing it. Do you like the way they're doing it, the way they're bouncing it around to different cities?
You think Chris Angel can make Desmond disappear?
You'd really want to go to a draft, don't they do like the pick and like, all right, we got the Raiders are on the clock. You got 25 minutes. Like, what are we going to do for 20? Just sit here.
And then like 5 minutes or 7 minutes.
I thought the first round was longer. Once it gets
the first round is longer, but I think it's like 7 minutes.
I think it's 10.
10 minutes?
God, I couldn't get that.
Oh, this will go to 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, but see, here's what I like, Rockstar. We figured it out. So we're in Vegas tonight. If they were smart, it would be like, all right, that's the first overall pick. Before pick number 2, so-and-so's on the clock. Meanwhile, here's Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And she comes out and sings a song.
Yeah.
And then, now so-and-so.
Here's a skit from Martin Short and Steve Martin.
The unknown comic.
Yeah.
You remember him? I stumbled into one of his shows at a Holiday Inn on the Strip one time. You remember the unknown comic, don't you? The guy that wore the bag on his head?
Oh, yeah. You walked into that?
I'll never forget. This is like this Indian couple sat on the front row, and he goes, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians.
Oh, no way.
I swear he did.
He did not.
That was the funniest thing he did all night.
That was his opener.
Yeah, it was one of his openers.
That sucks.
But I was like, what in the hell am I doing at the unknown comic? I've been in some weird situations in Vegas.
Tell us more.
I'm trying to think which one jumps to mind.
Well, I'll tell you what, you carry it for a little bit. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Tell us about Baumhowers. I'll be back while you guys
go enjoy.
Talk about Cord and Baumhowers.
Go enjoy. Our friends at Baumhowers, that's where we are, the Vestavia location. Remember, Bob Baumhower delivered Alabama's first ever taste of buffalo wings back in 1981. He had wings and things in Tuscaloosa. In fact, he had to give them away for the first few years. 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later, Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Come join us for draft coverage. Get some of that Alabama hot chicken, the Inflation Sucks menu, where you can get $6.99 fried Wickles, $7.99 tailgate burger, and the barbecue Yardbird for just $9.99. It's all going on here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. We've got 1 hour, 1 minute, and 54 seconds until pick number 1 from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am Lance Taylor alongside Rockstar, who is fresh off of no sleep, but we'll be back in at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I'm ready for it, man. I need to get some kind of routine back.
Did you send me trash?
I did. Lunceford's on trash. I haven't even looked at the internet this week. I haven't even looked at it.
You really haven't missed much. We've got a little drama between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
I've seen that. That trial has been going on. Has it concluded yet?
It is not concluded.
And it's been live on TV. I've seen it on Daily Mail. They have the live stream every day.
I feel guilty at some of the moments that I've laughed.
But I am not. Well, they keep asking him, "Did you sign this? Is that your name at the bottom? Is it the one you just asked me about?" Yeah. Yes, I signed that.
Were you there?
I'm not a big Amber Heard fan. Like, even if this wasn't going on, if she's just an actress. I don't think she's that good looking.
Yeah, I think they're both what you would call crazy. That's been interesting. Olivia Wilde got served with papers on Tuesday night at CinemaCon.
Why?
Jason Sudeikis and her broke up. Apparently, he is asking for custody of the kids or something.
Jason Sudeikis was with her?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Jason Sudeikis was with
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
I thought you said did you say Olivia Wilde?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought you said the brunette girl that's now that used to date Aaron Rodgers, not Danica Patrick.
No, she's engaged to him now. Shailene Woodley.
No,
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn. I thought that's who you said. I was like, no.
Oh, maybe I did. I meant Olivia Wilde.
I wasn't even here for the conversation. I came back. Right.
But yeah, so apparently she's dating Harry Styles now. He's upset with it, so he had her served on stage when she was presenting.
What a dick move!
I know. It really was. So those are a couple of things that you've missed in trash.
Jeez.
But we'll actually bring that up in trash tomorrow. because that happened just yesterday.
We are at the top of the hour now, halfway through our show from Baumhower's in Vestavia, as you can see on the screen there. Rockstar, newly minted father, has come down, left court just down the street from his house here on Highway 31 in Vestavia. That is Lance Taylor. I'm Jim Dunaway, NFL Draft Night. Lunceford is manning the board over there with his beautiful wife. Ryan Brown is about to say goodnight, head back to the house. He'll be with us tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. We're all back in studio. Baumhower celebrating 40 years. 40 years, LT.
Yeah, come see us. The mayor of South Beach, Baumhower, the first to bring wings to Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa way back in 1981. He's got 40 years under his belt, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Again, you've got to try the Alabama hot chicken. It is fabulous. Great drink specials, a million TVs, perfect layout down here at the Vestavia location. Come see us. We will be here until that first pick goes off tonight in a little over 58 minutes.
All right. Alabama baseball is just getting started over on the SEC network as they play at South Carolina. Alabama 9-9 in the SEC, trying to secure their spot in the NCAA tournament, projected as a 3 seed right now. Of a 4, you get 4 seeds. They're projected in the NCAA tournament. Had some good wins this year. So Alabama playing the Thursday, Friday, Saturday baseball on the SEC network.
I got a question when you're ready. Lance, you're about style. How much pressure, if you're guaranteed a top first-round pick?
Tremendous.
How much pressure are you under to have a good suit?
I think a lot. I think it's pretty easy how you work this. Your agent's going to take care of you. He's going to take you to the same tailor that he deals with.
I'm just talking about, do you want to be like the loud guy? I want to wear fuchsia.
I don't want to be loud. Nope.
And I want to wear like some bright orange shoes, or you just go just a nice looking suit. Like
I think you can, your shoe game, I think you can get out there a little bit. I mean, these guys are 20, 21 years old. I would be a little conservative with the dress.
Do you go with the sneakers with the suit?
I don't know, probably would go with the sneakers with the suit.
Yeah, but for a while having.
But I mean, I'd have $1,000 sneakers on.
Yeah, Jordans on, the originals.
For a while, the inside of the coat, the lining had stories. It was murals or certain striping or anything like that. Would you have a story inside a nice classy suit, or maybe, a picture of you and the kids or whatever on the inside?
The team you wanted to go to?
You open it up and you already get the Rams.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know how long it would take to do something custom like that, but yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, if you trusted where you're going to get drafted, you have 32 coats in the back.
Well, if Evan Neal would have got his coat made about a month ago, he would have Jacksonville Jags all over it.
And now he'd be walking out going, "Oh, don't look inside my coat. It's not me, the Jaguars." Not surprised by that, but I was a little surprised today that the Giants went ahead and said, we are not taking the 5th-year option on Daniel Jones's contract. So the Giants, who have 2 picks in the top 10 tonight, looks like they're going to be moving on from quarterback, or at least having to go through free agent to keep Daniel Jones if they go that way. Did that surprise you any today?
It really didn't. I mean, the option was going to be $22.3 million, and he just hasn't been good. His best season was his rookie season. Now, I know Saquon Barkley's been hurt. He hasn't had great weapons. They went out and got Kadarius Toney, who, only played limited time last year. But just watching Daniel Jones, I was shocked that he went as high as he did, 6th overall in 2019. I never saw anything out of Daniel Jones that warranted, being a franchise quarterback while he played for David Cutcliffe. So this isn't surprising to me. I just wonder what New York does. Is there any chance they take a quarterback in this draft, or did they wait till next year?
Ooh, I would wait for next year. Would you not?
Well, I mean, it depends on where you land in next year's draft. Do you just tank the year?
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody in this draft.
Yeah, I just I don't know. But I do feel really confident, and as the Giants probably do now, not exercising that 5th year, that Daniel Jones is not going to be the guy.
So that was one developing news today. Another thing to keep an eye on is does Baker Mayfield get dealt? And I guess if you say Baker Mayfield, another storyline would also be, does Jimmy Garoppolo get dealt?
So right now, according to Vegas, who will be traded first on draft day? Baker Mayfield 2-1, Jimmy Garoppolo 5-2, so basically 2.5 to 1. So they think Baker Mayfield will go first. What I have heard, that San Francisco's not getting a lot of feedback on people that want Jimmy Garoppolo. To me, Jimmy Garoppolo is the better option between the two. But most people don't believe that. They think Baker Mayfield's got more upside, and there's just not a market right now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Like, I really had got my mind wrapped around when Brady, those few weeks he was retired, that I wanted Jimmy Garoppolo in Tampa with really good receivers. I liked the way he managed the team, and I was going to be okay with Jimmy G being a Buccaneer. And
well, he's had a fourth quarter lead in a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. He's had a fourth quarter lead in another NFC championship as a starting quarterback. Now, people will say it's everybody around him. And San Francisco's got a good roster, but Garoppolo's not the guy that, well, you could go back to the Super Bowl, probably didn't play well enough for them to win that game in the second half.
Yeah,
but Garoppolo, just look at his record as a starting quarterback. It's impressive.
Didn't Garoppolo have them? They had the lead, right?
Yeah, they were up 10 on Kansas City.
So, I mean, it was about the defense. Once you're up 10, it's about the defense at that point, unless you're throwing pick six, giving them short fields over there. The Vegas location, the scene for this.
On?
Yeah.
The girl, who is the woman that's
they're at
entertaining the crowd?
They're at the outside venue, right? It's an outside venue at their version of the Hollywood Bowl, the Fashion District down there. Is that where they are for this draft? I can't get a locator of that.
They might be in multiple locations.
Yeah. But big crowd. Nothing like Nashville, though. We're 53 minutes away from that first pick overall. What's another storyline for you in this? We've talked about Daniel Jones. We've talked about possible quarterback trades. We've talked about who's going to go where from Alabama and Auburn. Do you think Georgia lives up to expectations? Do you think they end up tying the 6 picks that Alabama had in 2021?
You know what I think is interesting is Trayvon Walker is more than likely going to be this first guy that goes off the board. And
why are people picking him to be a bust now all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, if you go back and watch Georgia, that defense this year, Trayvon Walker was maybe the 4th or 5th best Georgia defender. And now everybody's talking about this upside, and maybe he'll be great. We'll see. Right now, they've got Georgia players drafted in the first round, 3.5. And there was a story the other day that they could have 6 in the first round.
Yeah.
So 3.5 looks like easy money.
Unless they know something we don't know.
I mean, they've only got 2 Alabama players drafted in the first round. You know, Jamison Williams and Evan Neal are going to the first round.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else sneaks up in there. But aren't 4 Georgia players a given? I thought 4 were a given. I mean, getting to 6 is a stretch, but I thought 4 was a given.
I would think that Nakobe Dean now is kind of falling back.
Okay, so that could be the one because he was a lock for a long time.
Lewis Sign is back into the first round too. So maybe it does get a little tricky with Georgia as well.
Boy, if I bet Georgia thinking they could get 6, and I bet Georgia over 3.5, and I didn't hit that would be a landmine. No doubt about that. Bobby wants to know, someone asked LT if the Rams even get any picks at all in this year's draft. Explain to him your philosophy about this.
Well, the old saying was F the picks from Les Need when asked about him. Look, he gave up a ton for Matthew Stafford, 3 first rounds. They gave up 2 for Jalen Ramsey. They haven't selected anybody in the first round since Jared Goff. So it's been a long time for the Rams. That was back in 2016. But my philosophy is you gave up all this to win a Super Bowl, and you won a Super Bowl.
So it worked.
Yeah, so you've got 8 picks in this draft still. Everything's backloaded, and the Rams have done a really good job, Les Need and that organization, of identifying talent in late rounds. There's been some really good guys that are contributors and starters for the Rams. They've gotten in, 4th, 5th, 6th round. So I'll take the Super Bowl championship, give up the first-round picks.
7 teams don't have first-round picks, which I don't know if it's a record.
I bet it's a record.
Has to be a record, right? Because you used to never give up your first-round pick. That was a commandment of draft day. You don't give up your first-round pick.
Well, and you've had, multiple teams now in the Rams and in the Texans that have traded their quarterback for first-round selections.
Yeah. Do you see success in the NFL draft as a successful college program? Like Florida State's got a guy projected to go in the top 10. They haven't been good. They don't have a ton of players.
Well, Trayvon Walker started at Florida State.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point. And now he's wearing Georgia in the draft.
He made the right decision, by the way.
But so many times until the recent run, we had such SEC dominance, but the ACC was right there with them with draft picks. Now the SEC has pulled away. Isn't it almost like 2-1 at this point, SEC to other conferences?
Yeah, I think it might even be more than 2-1. Big Ten is pretty close, and then I think it's the ACC after that. But again, Total SEC players drafted in round 1, 10.5, ACC 4.5, Big Ten 6.5.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big gap.
I don't even see anybody in the Big 12. Is that a possibility that either I've got a typo here or nobody is projected in the Big 12 to go in the first round?
No. I think you're spot on there. In fact, if I go to the morning rounds at nextroundlive.com and pull up the top 100 prospects, I will tell you where the first Big 12 player is. They rank them there. It's an ESPN.com list. By the way, nextroundlive.com, if you're always looking for the top reads in the morning, including Sage Still's lawsuit against ESPN today, if you'd like to go read that and all your other top reads. Some good birthdays today as well, including a couple of Reds, former Reds players, Barry Larkin and Tom Browning, if you're a baseball player.
I'm looking at this as well, Dunaway, and the first one I see is Breece Hall at number 30.
Breece Hall at number 30.
Yeah, and this is just, by best overall player, but Breece Hall is not going to go in the first round.
I got Breece Hall at 33.
Yeah, and I've got him at 37.5 right now in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then after Breece, I mean, you've got a drop.
I've got Jalen, how do you say his last name? Petrie?
Yeah,
from Baylor, safety. He's at 34, so those two are right around the end. So that's why that's the over-under there.
My gosh. I mean, that's a sad statement for the Big 12. You can't get anybody to go in the first round.
And then Nick Bonito, the edge rusher from Oklahoma, is at 47. And then Perion Winfrey, inside defensive lineman, Oklahoma, 56. You know what's crazy is that you have Breece Hall as a running back, and then you have a lot of defensive players from the Big 12. They've sort of changed the way that conference looks now.
Well, you think about it. It got one on defense this year. The two teams playing for the Big 12 championship, Baylor and Oklahoma State, they were really good on the defensive side of the football. And, we got so conditioned to watching 48-45 in the Big 12. But, yeah, it has changed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all the way down through the top 100 prospects, and Breece Hall is the only Big 12 offensive player in the top 100 prospects.
Speaking of Big 12, Brock Purdy, that was a guy when we watched him start as a freshman at Iowa State. You were like, he's got size. He's got a little mobility. That's a guy that looks like one day could be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He is the 14th best quarterback in this draft, according to this evaluation, 361st overall.
Hell, that may not even get you to the USFL next year.
I don't think he gets you drafted.
Yeah. I mean, that may not even get you
Akil Glass from Alabama A&M is in front of him.
Yeah, because he's a dual threat guy.
E.J. Perry from Brown. Cole Kelly from Southeastern Louisiana.
That's insane. So the draft's going on. We've all been to Vegas. Have you guys ridden the Ferris wheel in Vegas? I have not.
I have never. What's the hotel where they jump off the roof? The revolving restaurant.
Oh, I don't like that one.
Well,
either.
the Stratosphere's got the roller coaster around the top,
right,
around the pinnacle of the restaurant.
Well, last time we were there, the rotating restaurant, people were jumping. It's kind of like a bungee thing where they just jump off and it's a free fall, and then they reel you back up.
I got nothing to do with that. I don't like heights. That is a huge Ferris wheel.
It is. I do like that area though. They've got a nice sports bar right at the base of it, and a little musical area, good breakfast place there. But it's down the strip a little bit from Paris and the Bellagio, where you're seeing a lot of the scenery tonight out in Las Vegas. But I love Las Vegas. I was just there.
The last time I was on a Ferris wheel was when you and I went to Baumhower set us up down at the wharf in Orange Beach.
We had a good time, didn't we?
That was the last time I was in a Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
that same one.
I tried that Ferris wheel, and I thought it was too high.
Oh,
yep.
That's a big Ferris wheel down there in Orange Beach.
That's the last time I was on a Ferris wheel. Before that, it was with a girl at the Alabama State Fair, right when I first moved to Birmingham from Lexington.
Fear the Wild Horses scene.
I don't know
Mark
what that
Wahlberg.
is.
Watch it tonight.
Watch it tonight?
Yeah, Wild Horses.
We kissed at the top of the Ferris wheel while they're letting people off at the bottom. And you pause up there and you're overlooking beautiful West Birmingham.
Yeah, Wahlberg was a little more aggressive. That was a young Reese Witherspoon, wasn't it?
She was. Her dad did not like him. Who played
William Peterson.
Yeah, who played William H. Bonney in Young Guns.
Yep, sure did. No, he did not. He played Pat Garrett.
Pat Garrett
in Young Guns.
William H. Bonney was Emilio Estevez.
It was.
Who looks like Hugh Freeze, full circle.
It kind of does.
15 after the hour, we're at Baumhower's in Vestavia, 45 minutes from the draft. Got a question from LT from landmine believer after you tell us more about Baumhower's on the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, we are celebrating 40 years here. All the Baumhower's concepts throughout the state. Bob Baumhower, the first to deliver the wings back in 1981 at Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa. In fact, he had to give them away for the first few years. 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Come join us tonight. We're at the Baumhower's location, Vestavia Highway 31.
All right, here is Landmines Believer's question. What's the most embarrassing draft room, green room moment for you guys? He says he's going to go with Geno Smith storming off and leaving when he didn't get picked. That was his pick.
That was bad. Aaron Rodgers was bad.
Well, they kept going to him, like
Yeah.
the phone.
That was
just sitting there.
Sam says he goes with Tack McKinley's grandma photo.
I don't remember that one.
It seems like she had passed, maybe, and he had a big photo and took it into the green room and then brought it out when he was drafted. The family photo. It seems like we did have a death of a family member that there was a photo taken. I hope that's the one that Samuel was talking about there. I get uncomfortable when I'm watching them just wait. When like that Aaron Rodgers that year, supposed to be a top 10 guy. We're to 18 and Aaron Rodgers is still in the draft room. I mean, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's one of those things like
they just keep looking at their phone.
You don't even
cameras on them.
Want to go if you're not guaranteed that you're going to be one of these, top 20, 25 guys. I guess Rodgers was right there on the cusp, but he thought he was going to go top 10. But I think a lot of teams made a mistake.
Yeah, he's made a lot of people eat that. Wiseman Defy writes in, just wants to say big fan of next round from Saraland, Alabama. Hello, Saraland down there. God, is that the school my buddy Shep Shady coaches the basketball team at? Wonder if he's at Saraland down there. Love Saraland.
Where is Saraland?
It's down in just north of Mobile, I think.
First time I've heard of it tonight.
The Mobile area.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's down in the Mobile area. John says, need the draft to pull. Oh, that's Lunceford over there. Need the draft. I'm looking. You say you need the draft to pull an Oscars and announce the wrong pick first.
Well, that would be it's almost impossible at the Oscars, but to wait weeks and weeks and weeks and to announce the wrong one. I don't think we've ever had that. I tell you, an awkward draft moment was Minnesota missed their pick. Remember that? And they had to give it up.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah.
I think it was like Oakland went in front of them, and then Minnesota had to.
How much grace time do they give you once that buzzer goes off and you don't walk up to the podium?
I don't think they give you any.
Wow.
Yeah, once it passes. No, wait a second. Is that true or?
I think you got to have the card in hand when your time's up.
I think you have to beat the other person's pick. Is that right? Like
I don't think
if
so.
Rockstar is picking right after me, once it becomes him on the clock, Rockstar can hand him the card and he gets the pick before me.
Yeah, but why would you not have a guy up there right there?
I think you do. If somebody's waiting, if somebody starting to get close to the time, I think the next person runs up there.
Well, they need to, publicize that a little bit more. That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that was a possibility.
I may be wrong. I'd love to know if I'm wrong or not.
Would you watch a backstage look at this or the war room? Like, is it just like the amazing movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
Yeah, I mean, if it was really uncensored, full mics, watching, I mean, they would obviously never do it. Even if they did it after the fact, like if we could watch later tonight of what really is going down right now in a lot of these war rooms, I think it'd be fascinating. What do you think they charge to actually get in there for the fans?
Oh, I think it's free.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
With a $500 minimum bar tab?
I just think it's maybe it's a ticket. I don't know. Lunceford, in Nashville, do they charge? They charge for the draft, or is it free? Yeah, there's probably an area you got to have a ticket up for, like the seated area for the draft up here. That's probably ticketed, but then you get far enough away, it becomes free to the public.
But I'm looking at
they want the masses.
Doesn't look like they got a bar in there.
Oh,
it's not very Vegas-like.
Oh, see, I think lady in the purples. No, she's showing somebody to see.
Couple of Rams fans.
Yeah, well, they do. That's what they started to do a few years ago too. Is they have sections of fans, right? So I think they encourage you to come in from out of town. Like you can sit in the Viking section.
Well, yeah. Do you think you can? There's some people that are in Vegas that came from Minnesota to do this, and they ended up not going to the draft because they're hot on the table.
I bet there's a
100%.
bunch.
Yeah,
100%.
I'll be honest. I'd rather, as much as I like the draft, I'd rather be in a pool right now in Vegas.
Is the water already warm enough there? So it stays warm. probably.
I would think that Vegas is probably mid 80s right now with that sun. Yeah, and they probably heated a little bit. Kick on that heater.
We're about 40 minutes away from the first pick of the draft. It'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars. How many times do you think the Jaguars have had the first overall pick? Seems like a lot, doesn't it?
It's helped out every year, right?
Well, back-to-back years. I think Tony Baselli went second. I'll tell you right here. I don't know if they've had more than maybe 4 or 5. I guess that is a lot, though, right? Of course, my Rams have had probably 4 or 5.
I'm looking up a stat. Most first overall picks in NFL draft history. It would not surprise me if the Buccaneers would be number 1, by the way.
I bet Detroit is number 1.
Look at all those people, like how much a bad seat is.
Surely they've got this broken down by team.
Yeah, they've got it by team.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts and the Rams have had 7 number 1 overall picks.
And the Rams, Sam Bradford and Jared Goff are their last 2 number 1 overalls. Now, they got it right in 97.
Yep.
That was Orlando Pace.
Does that surprise you that the Colts and the Rams, but I guess the Rams and Colts have been around longer, right? I mean, the Buccaneers haven't been around forever.
Yeah, I mean, taking the Colts back to Baltimore, the Rams all the way back to Cleveland in their first year.
Yeah, because 1938 was the first one
Yeah.
that they had. I'm good. You need another one?
Yeah, I'll take another one.
Okay, one more there. The Browns, Cardinals, 5. They've been around a while. Your Lions have only had it 4 times. Surprising to me that the Lions, other than 2009, you go all the way back to 1980, the first overall pick.
Who was it in 1980? I know.
Billy Sims.
Okay.
It looks like
This
your
guy.
Detroit Lions pick number 2 all the time.
Yeah,
You're not good enough to get that number 1 overall pick.
because we don't tank the season, Lance. We
Yeah.
try.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Now, who's had the least amount?
Kansas, that surprised me. The Chiefs, who've been around forever, Panthers, Dolphins, Raiders, Chargers, Jets, and Saints only 1 time with the number 1 overall pick.
Wow. No, the Chiefs and Panthers even is really surprising.
Who was the Dolphins' number 1 pick in 2008?
Dolphins' number 1 pick in 2008 was offensive lineman. It was, I'm not looking. It was the kid from Michigan.
You're correct.
Jake Long.
Damn.
Yep, Jake Long. You got it. Let's test LT here.
Yeah.
All right. Chiefs number 1 overall pick. Their only one ever, 2013.
That was the kid, the Mac offensive lineman. It was Eric.
You're dead on.
Eric.
This is so damn impressive.
Oh my God! Give me the first initial.
It was a movie, The Blank King.
So impressive.
Jeff Bridges.
You got Mac and you got his first name.
Eric
and his-
Fisher. Eric Fisher. Central
yep.
Michigan, maybe.
Yep. God, dang it. The Carolina Panthers, 2011.
Cam Newton.
That's way hard.
I'm just doing them all, man. I got to throw out the easy ones too. You did the Miami Dolphins. The Raiders in 2007.
Raiders in 2007
These
was
are
Jamarcus Russell.
These are the only first-round picks, first overall picks. In this
Jamarcus
franchise.
Russell's right?
Yeah, that is correct. Jamarcus Russell. Chargers in 2004. Trick question.
Chargers in 2004. It was Phillip Rivers, but he would not go there. And so they had to trade the pick.
You reversed it.
You reversed it. Eli Manning wouldn't go there.
Oh, yeah, Eli Manning would. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they actually picked Eli Manning
Yep.
and then traded him to the Giants, who had picked Phillip Rivers.
It really worked out for both. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I've never been a big Phillip Rivers guy, and I know Eli's the one that won 2 rings, but I think Phillip was almost as good as Eli Manning.
Boy, look at that draft. Eli Manning, Larry Fitzgerald, Phillip Rivers, Sean Taylor, Kellen Winslow.
Hey, we'll never know because of Sean Taylor, obviously the tragedy there.
Yeah. Could have been the best defensive
and
back in NFL history.
Roethlisberger was great. I know you're about to get that, but
Yeah.
the best player in that draft, Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald played forever. I mean, Vince Wilfork, nose tackle.
Steven Jackson,
You're-
that guy disappeared off the earth.
He was on TV earlier
Yeah.
today. LT loves that guy.
Yep, big fan of Steven Jackson.
2004 draft looked a little bit more talented this one. 1996 New York Football Jets. The only time they had the first overall pick, 1996.
That would be Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson is the correct answer there for you. We talked about him earlier today as well. And one more franchise that only had a number one overall pick one time, 1981, the New Orleans Saints.
That was
Way back now.
George Rogers.
George Rogers, the Heisman Trophy winner. So there you go, man.
Did I get that right?
You've nailed all of these. The only one you did, and you knew what you were talking about, you just messed up the wording.
Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning, yeah.
The Jaguars have had the first overall pick twice, last year and this year, and that's it. So they've gone.
And that's a little surprising. You know, they're one of those, it's feast or famine. I mean, they've been to 2 AFC championship games. They've had horrible seasons. That's a terrible fan base, though. Terrible.
The Titans, both as the Houston Oilers, had the number one overall pick twice, 1973 and 1978. 73, a guy that
Earl Campbell was 78.
Yeah, 73 was John Matuzak, who I remember him more with the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
He was on some Raiders Super Bowl teams.
He was in some movies, too. He was Chunk in The Goonies.
So Titans, he was.
What is his name?
He was.
No, it was. It was Matuzak.
So
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
No, it was Sloth. Chunk.
Yeah,
Chunk,
Sloth.
Yeah.
Sloth. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't a kid. Yeah, but he
Chunk
was
is
Sloth.
like a celebrity attorney now.
Wow.
Is there
Or a
another?
celebrity manager.
Boston Yanks do not exist anymore. They
I was going to say that's an awesome name, the Boston Yanks.
Boston Yanks, but they had two first-round picks in 44 and 46. Looking to see if there's any more franchises that do not exist anymore that had a first overall pick. Nope. That's crazy. NFL history there.
How many of your Bucks had?
We've had 5 of teams that have not been around forever.
Okay, you think I can get all 5?
Okay, 76, 77, 86, 87, and 2015. We'll go 15 first.
15 first. You had the number one overall pick. You took Jameis Winston.
We did.
Okay.
Hated that pick. 1987.
Vinny Testaverde.
1987 was Vinny Testaverde. His little problem there, we've never been good at quarterback except when we had Tom Brady. 1986.
1986.
Trick question here.
You took Bo Jackson.
We took Bo freaking Jackson, who decided, nope, I'll play for the Memphis Chicks. 1977.
Leroy Selman.
No. Ricky Bell, running back out of USC.
And Selman was 76. I was going to flip him.
And 76 was Leroy Selman. Hall of Famer. Defensive end out of Oklahoma.
Pretty good, man.
Useless knowledge, Rocky. Useless knowledge.
That's fun stuff right there. We're approaching 30 minutes away from the draft. We're at Baumhower's on Highway 31 in Vestavia, celebrating 40 years of Baumhower's. I want to ask you a question, though. We're going to order dinner in a moment. I'm going to get mine to go to take it to the house and watch the NFL draft. What do you go with? What's your go-to here? I love the wings, but there's so many other items here now that I may not go wings today.
Yeah, I don't know. That Alabama hot chicken, again, southern fried chicken breast. It's got the tangy blend of those herbs, spices, honey, the apple cider vinegar. It's got a spicy finish, served with that side of homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits. It's got the southern greens and garlic bread as well. It's hard to not get that. I'm either going to do that or the black and white dipping chicken.
The black and white dipping chicken is always good. I tell you what I like, and Bob's so creative with his dishes. I like that grilled chicken that comes with the black beans and rice, I believe it is.
Yep.
Black beans and rice. It's called something.
That narrows it down.
Is it the Cubano Bowl or something like that?
Yeah, I think it is. It might be.
Yeah, the Cubano Bowl. That is a fantastic meal here at Baumhower's on Highway 31 in Vestavia. Check for Baumhower's or Victory Grills near you as we sit here and get ready for the NFL draft, one of LT's favorite times of the sports calendar. Chris says the Eli moment was uncomfortable at the draft. He goes back to Manning saying, they warned him. They said, we're not going to play for the San Diego Chargers.
I thought it was ridiculous. I mean, I would have been embarrassed if I was Eli. Obviously, it worked out. People never talk about it anymore. He'll end up being a Hall of Fame quarterback. He won multiple Super Bowls. He could have won multiple Super Bowls with the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers with Phillip Rivers, they were always in the postseason. I think they made it to one AFC championship game. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but I agree. I thought it was really uncomfortable, and it just, it was like a little league dad getting involved.
Another Chris said, I don't think my Bills have ever had one. That's not true. They had the first one.
What year?
In the 61 AFL draft, but they've had 4 in the NFL draft. 85, 79, 72, and 69. I bet you can guess the 69 one.
Yeah, 69 was O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, number 1 overall from USC. Let's just see how many Buffalo Bills you can name. 1972 is the next one.
72.
You'll never get this.
Yeah.
Defensive end Walt Pultulski of Notre Dame. Never heard of him. Maybe in the Hall of Fame, but I've never heard of him. 79 Buffalo Bills.
Joe Ferguson.
Oh, good guess, but no. Tom Cusino, linebacker, Ohio State. And now this is more in your wheelhouse. 1985 for the Buffalo Bills. Number 1 overall pick in 1985.
Oh.
Ended up, they don't do anything in the 90s without this guy.
Yeah.
Andre Reed.
No, it was Jim Kelly. Or was
Bruce
it Thurman
Smith.
Thomas? Oh,
Bruce
Bruce Smith.
Smith,
Yeah.
Number 1 overall, Bruce Smith there. So, yeah, the Bills have not only have they had some, they've had 4. They're up there in the conversation with my Buccaneers, who've had 5.
No, that's the greatest Bill of all time is Bruce Smith.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
More than OJ.
Mm-hmm.
More than OJ. Big D's in here. David Walker has walked in.
Or David Walls.
David Wallace has walked in.
Dunaway's had 4 ounces of beer.
David Walls did walk in.
Yeah, David Wallace has walked in.
I'm kind of worried he called Lunceford Forster today.
Well, I'm off too. I thought when you said Olivia Wild, I thought you said Olivia
Has he
Munn.
been burping cord at the middle of the night coming in pinch hitting? We know he doesn't like to be home.
Would you please do it
Doesn't
tonight?
like sleep.
I'd love for you to come tonight.
I would need Nancy to ask me, not you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you. So the draft is happening tonight, and we're getting ready for that. In baseball, we'll give you a score update here. Alabama and South Carolina, the Gamecocks up 1-0 as they play top of the third. Alabama's got a runner on, nobody out in the first of 3. Alabama trying to secure their spot in the NCAA tournament. Braves just underway in Atlanta as the Cubs and Braves are doing action as well. But we're here for the NFL draft out in Las Vegas. Do you think it's ever back in Nashville again? It was so successful.
I doubt it. I mean, I'm not going to say never, but I think they're going to give a rotation of some other really good quality cities. Cleveland's gotten it. I wouldn't be surprised if take that back. I was going to say like a novelty like Green Bay for those great fans, but I think it would be difficult for people to get to Green Bay.
Well, I do think Green Bay's on the list, though. I think I've heard it mentioned.
I think New Orleans could be on the list.
New Orleans would be great for it.
I would say I don't think Detroit is going to be one of the – I mean, because it could be you could have a sleet storm right now in Detroit.
Well, I think they made the announcement. I think it's
bullets.
going to Detroit.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't think Miami will get one. I know that's kind of a Super Bowl destination.
Right. They won't go to where you get the Super Bowl. Future NFL draft host cities.
I feel good about I think Denver could get one.
Las Vegas, Cleveland. No, this is already outdated. It's an outdated story. I did this once on the air today, too, didn't I?
It said 2022 to be TBD.
Yeah. 3 days ago. Here we go.
Today?
Yeah, it said TBD.
Yeah, I got that one.
Guys, we got to get an answer, man. We're here.
Las Vegas today, Kansas City next year, Detroit, 2024.
Oh, my
already
gosh.
announced.
How?
And there is a good chance. I'm not going to expect. There's a good chance they could have the number 1 pick that night.
They really could.
They are,
There's a
they're
good
in the
chance.
mix.
If it was next year, I'd believe it. Now, Kansas City would be a great city for it.
Well, they've got it next year.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So they've got it next year.
I'm a little surprised, though, that New Orleans isn't in the mix.
Well, they host so many Super Bowls, right? I mean, you made the point yourself that they're not going to go to Miami.
Okay,
They're
but
not going to go to Tampa. They're
but
not going to go to New
Vegas
Orleans.
has got the Super Bowl this year.
They do.
Detroit has hosted a Super Bowl.
But remember, this is a makeup for when Vegas was supposed to be 2020, I think, the draft. Because remember, they had the boats,
Yeah.
and they were going to send the boats with the draft picks out, and they ended up not doing that. That's when they did the virtual draft. Are we not doing the boats tonight? Did they punt that?
I don't think they're doing the boats.
Oh, because it had a.
Oh, yeah, it had connotation of slavery.
slavery.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Some people complained about that.
Mhm.
That's exactly right. But it was the plan for a while, and they got bailed out because of COVID.
Should
I've
you
forgotten
ask the
about that.
players? Of course, a lot of players might not like boats, but
Well, I didn't think it was going to work because it was
it
going
might take a while.
Yeah, I mean, once you got to get the pig, you got to get him on the boat.
They
You got to
gotta raise-
motor him over there.
I
Gotta
wanted to
raise
see
the bridge
somebody
so they can go under it.
capsize.
Yeah.
That would be the Buccaneers.
It'd be Detroit.
My pick is in the water. My pick is in the water.
And coming in on the Titanic, we got the old Lions.
We had a discussion this week off of a Matt Hayes story that Kirby Smart has, passed everyone and is the best coach in college football coming off the national championship and where the recruiting is and everything. If you tonight's supposed to be a big night, supposed to be a celebration for Georgia football in this national championship, a chance to remind everybody that they beat Alabama and they're the best in college football. Do you think it's going to come off that way in the first round? We only do one round tonight. If they end up with only 3 draft picks, I don't think it's going to come off that way.
Yeah, but if they end up with 6, I mean, look, they're still going to get number 1 more than likely with Trayvon Walker. And I still think it's probably going to be 4 guys.
If they end up with only 3 or 4,
That's
10 to
12% of the first round.
But I mean, they've been talking about a chance to tie Alabama and Miami. There have been stories written. They have a chance to tie Alabama and Miami, the greatest first rounds ever. And I know it's great recruiting to have any first round drafts coming off of the national championship, but what a disappointment it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to
if
be
they end up with 3 or 4. There's Emily over there. She's a big Georgia fan. Ask her if she's disappointed.
Disagree. And I'll tell you what, if it doesn't happen tonight, it's going to be a slew of guys in the second round tomorrow, including George Pickens.
Yep.
I'm shocked the guy's going to go in the second round, but he is.
So you think he should be a first rounder or it should be later in the draft?
Well, I wouldn't roll the dice on George Pickens. I mean, 37.5 is his number. Some people think he could sneak into the first round. That would be an absolute joke to me. I mean, I don't think you can rely on George Pickens, can you?
I can't. No. But he gutted it out and helped them win a national championship. That was a big push for them. Kyle says, hey, guys. Hey, Kyle. How are you doing, buddy? He checks in with us. Chris 2626 says, gooey burger with gooey fries. Best meal they have there.
Yeah, it is good.
John says gooey fries are the best. Nick says we always go with the gooey fries. I've never had the gooey fries.
Damn, a lot of gooey fries. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom. You guys hold tight.
What is going on right now?
That is Charles Cross. He's the Mississippi State offensive tackle who is
it's like the all-star lineup of the NBA.
The people that are back in the green room. They introduce everybody that's there. There's Jordan Davis, and
that's a good-looking suit.
He's got a black suit with the Georgia red on it. Oh, I like that one. Nakobe Dean, Georgia linebacker.
Hey there, Mr. Walls.
It's like they're.
How are you, man?
Look at that one. NC State's Akeem Ekwonu. Here's David with us right here live. First guy drafted.
Yes,
we are live. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. No commercial breaks. No commercial breaks. I would say that Trayvon is the first guy. Trayvon, what's his last name? Walker.
He's being escorted out by his wife, Miss Terry.
No, it's good. This is the way we do these things.
It's all right. It's an honest, it's an innocent mistake, man.
We're at Baumhower's. You come here to eat, right? What are you ordering? We've been talking gooey fries. You like the gooey fries? You don't know yet?
Why don't you try some?
Everyone's recommending gooey fries.
Get that black and white lemon dipping chicken. That's where it's at, man.
Yep. Here's Jon Lunceford's here as well. Wings and beer is what he's going with. I've got the beer part. I'd kill for some wings right now.
Lunceford, turn a headset on. Are you want to borrow my headset?
Sit here. You want to drive the last 20 minutes? Nope. You know what I don't get paid anymore? Remote fees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jon Lunceford settles in now. Lunceford, drive us a little bit. Take over. What are you into?
We're at the NFL draft in Las Vegas.
No, we're not. No.
Oh, we're not?
Close.
No. There's Evan Neal. How many people from Alabama got invited? Just him?
I think Jameson's out there too. There's Evan.
That's what I would do. I would wear sunglasses.
Boy, Evan Neal looks like he's in such good shape, doesn't he?
Yeah, I feel like it's much better at nighttime.
Look at Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, is he singing in Vegas?
Ooh, that is
It looks like the Snickers logo.
There's Jameson. Look at Jameson.
look at the ice he has on too. Did
Yeah,
you see Sauce Gardner's chain that he had? It's like the hot sauce. I mean, that's
really good.
That's
Malik
a little
Willis, clean cut.
Looks like a funeral director.
Malik Willis about to be a bazillionaire
Yeah.
tonight from Liberty.
he'll be the best
Oh,
quarterback.
he merged 2 suits. I like that.
Garrett Wilson said, I don't know, gray one or the white one? I'll take both.
Two-Face.
It's like the
from-
truck that has like loses the door and you have to get the red one instead. And it's a white car.
Oh, so they invited, what is that, 20 people? 20 people. Oh, my. Who's that guy?
Sure.
Ooh, deck of cards over on the back end.
Uh,
So that's the green room guys who are there for the 2022 drafts out in Las Vegas. We're now under 20 minutes. We're at Baumhower's. You missed it. David Walls walked up and was starting to talk to us,
asked who's going to be the first pick.
and thought we were in commercial break. When he
Off
saw
mic.
Lance walk away.
No commercial breaks. Yeah.
No commercial breaks here live. Thanks for being with us, everybody. We're glad to have you here, and for those of you who have been here since the beginning, we appreciate you guys so much.
That is a sea of people.
Henry says, man, nice guest spot there from David jumping in there. I tell you why, Lunceford really talented here. Any of these guys you covered in high school that's making the run up there? Have you seen that, like any of
I
these
don't
guys
think
from
so.
Georgia ever bounce over?
What in the hell?
I mean, if George Pickens had, whatever work his way up to that, obviously Hoover Buck, and there have been plenty over the years, but no, I don't know if there's any Alabama high school people there now that I covered.
I mean, what just happened on stage?
Who is this?
Caesar.
Oh, she's from Ukraine.
She's from Kiev.
Oh, a little
Oh,
political message here
yeah.
from the NFL right to start
Yeah, it
with.
just got real for a second.
Yeah.
And so
Hey, I went to a Preds game 2 months ago, or whenever, like right when all this first started. They had a girl from Ukraine sing the national anthem beforehand, sing the Ukrainian national anthem, and then our national anthem. It's the best national anthem I've ever heard in my life.
The Ukrainian or ours?
Yeah, well, both of them. But I mean, best version of the American national anthem I've ever heard in my life.
because this started in February, I believe.
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Wow.
Wow. That's a boy. That's a
Follow that.
yeah. I mean, how about her on standby, ready
Yeah.
to roll out there? It was pretty good. At least she didn't. At least they invited her up. She didn't have to run onto the court or onto the stage.
Is that
to
the
get
girl
that-
like super glued herself or
Yeah.
tried to super glue herself?
I mean, you got to have a big item, a big somebody to sing the national anthem for this, right?
Yes. Well, with all those people in front of you, I mean, the thing is, I feel like it's weirder doing it there as opposed to a stadium where half the people are behind you. There, you got to see everybody in front of you.
Well, they took it to another stage.
Yep.
That's a choir.
Yep. Are they singing the national anthem?
Just don't fall in the water.
Yeah.
I love how they have boats circling that stage just in case
Yeah.
anybody falls in.
So the entertainment has started about 16 minutes away from the end of our show and the first pick of the NFL draft out in Las Vegas. And it's turning into a show, multiple locations, and a beautiful scene on a sunny day in Las Vegas. They were concerned about rain. In fact, that was one of the prop bets you could make in Vegas was would it rain during the first round of the NFL draft? It looks like if you took rain, you're going to be a loser tonight because it is nothing but sunshine right now.
Yeah.
Have
Have you run out of steam
I have. I've sat there
during the weather report? And the people taking odds on the weather report? Oh,
I can
You
only
get
say
rain at 5 to 1 right
yeah.
now.
the Saints will have the 19th pick overall
Yeah.
tonight.
Just before the 20th pick tonight.
At number 20 will be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Well, you guys talk something. I mean, you guys are
Oh, God.
grown-ass
This
men.
this is how you do it,
Well,
man.
we don't have to talk NFL draft. LT gets mad at me when I start doing
Hey, so
our-
tonight the Preds trying to get 2 points in the playoffs.
Oh, how's Ovechkin do? Does he still play?
He still plays.
Oh,
Plays,
good.
plays the Capitals. They're all right this year.
power to Ukraine.
What about Sid the Kid? Is he still playing?
Sid the Kid still playing for the Penguins.
And the one more I can name, Yammer Yager. Is he still playing?
he does not play
All
anymore.
right, I'm out with hockey players.
How
Or
about
Patrick Waugh. Does he still play?
Well, does not play.
is this the longest bathroom ever for LT? Is he made
No,
it back yet?
he saw Lunceford on the
He
mic.
saw
And
me on the microphone and said,
he
I'm
took
out.
his
I'm
he took
going.
his cue.
Yeah, his night is over with now. There's no doubt about that. If you guys have questions for Rockstar or Lunceford, fire them in here. But Lunceford's about to learn how to drive a bonus show. Last 15 minutes here. What questions do you have about the draft, Lunceford? Pretend you have questions.
You know, this is actually one of the least paid attention to drafts for me because I feel like it's overall it's super weak draft. You know, you follow quarterbacks from an outside perspective. Obviously, you follow people from the teams you support. But even Alabama, you talk about, I mean, you mentioned it a million times on the show today, Georgia's the one trying to go for, tying that record in the first round. And people here in the state, it's like, oh, Georgia's doing it? Well, they just beat Alabama, and Auburn hates Georgia to begin with. So I don't really care about Georgia and everything that they're doing. You know, I'm curious to see where Evan Neal goes. I know for a long time he was talked about as a number one pick, and I highly doubt that's going to happen tonight. But you know, that's kind of my intrigue is see where the SEC team or players go, and obviously where Alabama players go.
One of those things that is interesting about this draft as Alabama's getting their butt kicked at South Carolina, a 3-run home run, and the Gamecocks now up 5-0 on Alabama, and what is a pretty big game for the Tide as far as seeding for the SEC and NCAA tournament goes. Need to, go to South Carolina and win this series. They're off to a 5-0 start for South Carolina in the bottom of the third. All right, we're about to do the national anthem here.
Oh, it's that guy from
Who is that?
America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I think he's blind.
And we will pause for the national anthem here. You're not supposed to talk over that. Wow. The national anthem out in Vegas with a flyover even.
Flyover.
From the local Air Force base there in Vegas with some copters. A beautiful scene out there. 12 minutes from the first pick. Another developing story in the NFL was the future of Matt Rule of the Carolina Panthers. 5-11 and 5-12 in his first two seasons out there. And there was talk that maybe he would lose his job before the upcoming season. That has not happened, and they've got the 6th overall pick. If you were David Tepper, the owner of the Panthers, who has told people that he believes in Matt Rule, gave him a vote of confidence, do you let him pick a quarterback tonight in this quarterback week draft, or do you roll with Sam Darnold and take the best available player and don't do a quarterback?
Well, Sam Darnold is never the option, no matter who else is out there. I mean, I don't think Kenny Pickett's going to do any good. I'm with you. When you took the non-Kenny Pickett side, right, in that stake bet. I'm with Malik Willis guy. I actually like Malik Willis. I don't know if that's who they would go with, him or Kenny Pickett, but you took a former Auburn quarterback one time. It worked out well for you. Got you to a Super Bowl. So why not try another former Auburn quarterback while you're at it?
Really? So roll one more time.
I say roll with it, give it a shot, see if you can turn him into something. I mean, because the draft is so weak. If you're going to take quarterback, I would lean more in the direction of Malik Willis if you're going to take one. I don't think any of them are going to do anything, though.
Benjamin jumps in our chat. He asked the question for Rocky and Luntz, which of the guys complained the most about their buttholes being on fire after the Hot Ones Challenge?
The one that complained the most, period, was LT.
Yeah, Lance.
Yeah.
Well, landslide.
It was not even close.
The man's man, Brian Brown, didn't even bat an eye.
Yeah,
he was just eating chicken wings.
Now, do you believe Ryan really never felt any heat? Or
I was sitting next to him. He was sweating, but I don't think he was to the point where I haven't said anything yet. I haven't complained. I'm just going to get through it as best I can to show that they're not that hot. I mean, I guess they had a little bit of bite to them, but they weren't that hot.
Is that what he said?
No, I'm just saying, like, in his head, we're like, I'm just going to get through this and just prove what a man I am.
And when people say they're in pain, they're like, no, I promise I'm not in pain. I'm just making a face. He never made a face. There's a clip of Shaq when he eats that one chip challenge or whatever, and he's got the look, and he's like, I promise I'm not going to make a face. And you can tell he's so bad trying to hold it back, and then eventually breaks. Brown never even had that look like I'm trying so hard to be the tough guy here.
He turned red
He turned red. He was sweating, so he definitely felt it, but he never had that look on his face like, I got to hide it. I got to hide it. I got to hide it.
I didn't have any problem the next day with what he's discussing, but right when it was done, I guess so much got on my lips that they started to swell. And,
you can tell.
Yeah, and I had puffy lips, and that's what was hurting my lips.
Who was the guy that did the Wings Challenge? One of the celebrity guests that quit after 2? Was DJ Khaled?
Yeah, DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Khaled.
He quit after 2, and then the thing is, the video is the same length. He quit after 2 and kept talking about how badass he was the entire time. And it's like, you quit after 2.
Yeah. Actually, the third one, if I remember correctly, was the one that tasted really good. Like, I would order those tonight. The third one.
First, it's just kind of basic. There's really nothing to it.
The first one would have had me taken out.
Then, because we ate Scott and I ate the first 5. And you could tell, okay, they're trying to add some flavor to it. With that comes a little more heat and everything. And then after that, I assume your butthole gets lit on fire, and it's not about taste.
Y'all were the ones that took them home so they had a time to marinate.
Yeah, that's it. The next day stuff is actually hotter. Next day chili, next day wings.
I could tell it got into the chicken. It wasn't just on the outside, on the skin or whatever. But the problem is when they sat in the sauce for so long in the bag that started getting kind of shaken up, it kind of ruined the wing at that point because it was so soggy and wrinkly almost. It's like it looked like your skin, like when you've been in the pool for too long. So it ruined the great Champions wings there. But no, it's the heat wasn't too bad overall for me, but we only went 5 in.
Boy, some of them just stunk. I guess whatever they were doing to make them hot. Another big NFL note: the Cardinals have picked up the 5th-year option for Kyler Murray, something the Giants didn't do for Daniel Jones. If I asked you guys, Kyler Murray ever in a Super Bowl or not his whole career, he's 24 now. He won the Rookie of the Year, and he's been to the Pro Bowl twice. Kyler Murray.
I thought he was the one that unfollowed the Cardinals on Instagram. Is that over yet?
He changed it all, man. He's now back. They picked up the option, so he wants a long-term deal, though.
And I don't know how long he'll actually be there, if this will be his last year or not, but I just can't see him in a Super Bowl. I don't think he's bad, but he's nowhere near, that elite status that you have to have in order to be in a Super Bowl.
All right. Lunceford, thanks for being with us. You got anything planned for tomorrow? You and your wife heading out of town?
Sleep when I get home, watch the Preds, hope they win.
Tonight?
Tonight and tomorrow. They play tonight against the Colorado Avalanche, which is probably who they'll end up playing. The first round, they lose. Tomorrow they have the Coyotes, who are the worst team, maybe the worst team in the entire league.
Yeah, I'm ready for that franchise to get moved. All right, go let little T come back here. He's got about 5 minutes to tell us about Baumhowers as we wrap things up here. Rockstar is going to head back, and Cord will be waking up here pretty soon. About how long is he sleeping at a time? Like 2 hours?
2.5 to 3 hours, and that starts around 9 a.m. and then the big wake up is around 10 p.m. That's when I'm done. I'm not sleeping for the rest of the night. That's been the first 3 nights.
Yeah, that's the old day night mixed up.
He's a bat.
He's a bat.
And it's just you don't know what is he hungry, and he won't take food. He won't take a pacifier.
So is he just awake, or is he crying all night?
Well, he has to be crying, kind of like where you're just like, I'm not comfortable. And I think what they said is, he sleeps better in the. Well, I don't understand how it's because when she's more active during the day, being pregnant, the time he's awake is when we're asleep at night in utero.
Right.
I think that's when she says you can tell he's moving around and kicking and everything, but then when she's active on her feet doing work, he's asleep.
Rocked to sleep.
Yeah, so it's just that you got to reverse that. And I don't know how long that's going to take. How long did that take with yours to begin some kind of schedule?
Now, I'm a heavy sleeper, so Maggie may have been up at night all the time, but
that's
I don't
another
remember.
thing a lot of people don't remember. Like, as stressful
remember.
as it was, I do not remember. It's like you block it out of your memory.
I wonder if you just went and put him in his car seat in the car and just turned the car on, just the buzzing of the car and stuff, if that would help.
He likes to be rocked a little bit, but you haven't developed anything yet. Like, everything's so new to him. Like somebody said, when a baby's crying, it's literally the worst pain they've ever felt in their entire life. I did see this.
Oh, that's a good point.
I did see this quote in a book I was given that kind of changes your perspective on things. And I thought Dunaway would like this. It says there are 3 phases in a man's life.
Right.
Believing in Santa Claus, not believing in Santa Claus, becoming Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's a
3
good one,
phases
man.
in a man's life.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I'm going to put that on a curtain.
What the hell you got to do with the curtain?
Hanging up the holidays.
I don't think Lance was to come back.
I was looking for we're going to shut this down here right now. Lunceford, we're counting it down, man. We're counting down to the end. John, we're about to count down to the end. You going to turn us off over there?
Yeah, we're going to pull the curtain.
We're about to say goodbye. You turn us off over there, okay? Go tell them what I'm saying.
We're about to wrap it up.
So I'll give you this, and we'll be done. Just like Chick and the Lakers. That's our show here. We're wrapping. Oh, here's Lance. Lance is back, and he's about to tell us about Baumhower.
I didn't know. I wasn't invited back.
We're wrapping it up right now. Tell us about Baumhower's one more time.
Yeah, Bob Baumhower, our good friend there, the first to bring wings to the state of Alabama back in 1981. In fact, he had to give them away for the first few years. 40 years, 4 concepts, 14 restaurants later. Bob's still serving up great food and hospitality to the people and visitors of Alabama. Come see one of his restaurants, wherever you are, wherever you're listening. We're at the Vestavia location. Great food and just a great product.
Does Roger McCreary come off the board early tomorrow, asked Henry. Tonight or early tomorrow?
Early tomorrow. I will say that he will be in the first half of the second round.
Early tomorrow. Gut feeling for me. Gut feeling to me early tomorrow, too.
If you could have one player in this draft.
One player in this draft. Everybody tells me, Mike Tannenbaum tells me it should be Jamison Williams.
I don't have a problem with that.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson.
Okay, I would go Sauce Gardner. I think he will be a big time corner for a long time. He's got the right attitude. And then I probably would go Drake London. A little biased there, but watching him on a bad team, big target. I made the first comparison ever to Mike Evans. Now everybody's using that. I'm not going to say they heard that from me, but you remember years ago.
Yep.
And I think he's going to be that type of receiver.
What a force Mike Evans is. What a force. All right, we're about to be on the clock. The draft begins in 2 minutes. Baumhower's Highway 31 tomorrow, 9 a.m. Maybe Rockstar's there at 9 a.m. Will you at least come for the lounge?
I got faith. I was on the way today, and then something happened. Couldn't do it, but I am going to be in tomorrow.
Okay, but even if you can't make it for 9, Lunceford will be there, but at least come for the lounge. What are you going to sing tomorrow? Do you know yet?
I have an idea.
Rockabye, baby.
I gave him one text, tell him what I'm going to do, and he ruins it. I was going to do Rockabye Baby.
I know you were.
Yeah, because you ruined the text. No, I don't know yet. I have an idea, and I'm going to try. I have to rehearse it a little bit.
Will you prepare 2?
You talk. Give me 2. I'll give you 2.
What are the best baby songs of all time?
Oh, Wheels on the Bus. I played that at Diplomat.
No, I'm talking about Hit Me Baby One More Time.
With Baby in it.
Yeah, with Baby in it.
Ooh, Baby, I Love Your Way.
Baby by Bieber. Doesn't he have a baby song?
That was his first hit.
Didn't Ludacris sell out and he's in that song?
It's not Baby, I'm going to leave you. It's Babe, I'm going to leave you, correct?
Yes.
What about Babe, I'm Leaving? That's an old song.
But he said
Babe, I'm leaving.
Yeah, not nearly as
Must
good
be
as
time to go.
Babe,
It
I'm
is
leaving
time to
you.
go. Let's wrap her up there.
All right, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Good luck to all your favorite NFL teams. We'll see you 9 a.m. Central. Hit it. We're done.
And